To the brave many who weathered our foray into the Christian storm, it should come as no surprise that the lore within Christory is a bottomless well. And despite us delving into Christian's story for more than 10 hours across 3 different episodes, across 3 different months, we still barely managed to scratch the surface of Chris's cultural impact and the moments that have made Chris the most infamous lolcow in history. So, in this final installment, for now at least, I know we did say the last one was final as well. This one is more final than others, maybe. We're going to be taking a look at some of the other points of interest in Chris's thoroughly documented life that didn't make the original cut. But rest assured, these offcuts and antics are still utterly outrageous, and indeed, they deserve mention. Christian is a cornucopia of content, and should you finish this episode feeling unsatiated with your Christory cringe, well, the official quickie page will be sure to keep you falling ever deeper into the Christian lore if you need a follow-up. So, without further ado, let's discuss our carefully curated list of yet more Christoric moments and use this little epilogue to wrap up our coverage of the Pandora's box that is Christian with a nice little bow. And of course, speaking of presents, it's Christmas time, so what better time to dive into Christory once more than on the eve of Christmas.
Why? Because his name is Chris.
Yeah, his name is in it. It makes sense. It's
Can't have Christmas without Chris.
Welcome back to Red Thread, everyone. My name is Jackson. I'm your host who's been here since the very beginning. My protege, my trainee, Jordan, is here still. If he makes it through the year, then he'll be up, he'll be promoted to a full-time Red Thread professor, whatever you want to call our roles. Yeah. The
Wait, what does that make you? Dean? Dean of Red Thread?
I guess.
All right. At the moment, I do tutorials. I can go up to lectures soon if I stay in the bonus. I might get tenureship. Who knows? Would you say that you are the daffodil and I'm the daffodil seed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
That's
all
beautiful. Right. That's poetic. What a beautiful way of introing this one. No, welcome back to Red Thread. Super happy to have you all here for this Christmas and Chris-themed episode. A lot of little anecdotes that we didn't, go over in the previous 3 episodes of Christory. So there's plenty of stories and moral tales to dive into about important events during Christian's life. And hey, maybe you can take those lessons away and make your life a little bit better as well.
Yes, I'm sure that'll happen. Studying
There's
Chris.
a lot to learn.
It's like reading the teachings of Buddha will improve your life.
Of course, there will be videos and stuff that we'll be watching in this episode as well. So if you're listening on Spotify, I mean, you can watch the video on Spotify, but if you're driving an automobile, probably not the best thing to do. So maybe wait until you get home and then pull this up on video, because there will be videos and supplementary stuff to look at, and you don't want to miss out, because the last 3 episodes of Christian's history, I think we almost vomited multiple times throughout that 10 hours due to the videos that we had to watch. So maybe there'll be another one in here where I throw up my lunch. We'll find out pretty quickly, I think.
That's right. I do remember that.
But we watched him drink his own cum.
Yeah. And be proud of it.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, the fact that it was also mixed in with orange.
That wasn't the bad part. That one was, you remember the one that we actually took great offense to? It was the frozen cum.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was deep.
That was actually disgusting. Like, somehow I wasn't fine with watching him drink soda-infused cum, but it didn't affect me nearly as much as seeing his spunk frozen.
Yeah. His
Why?
Homemade IVF clinic. It was so chat.
It looked like, I don't know, like a virus was being made, like in some dingy laboratory. You know how it's what I imagine COVID looked like in the Wuhan labs. That's what I imagine that looked like when they were working on that shit.
Yeah, but it was just staffed entirely by dumbasses. That was the other thing that I found took particular note to.
All right, we come to the first story, Chris's interest in Spanish. Among the array of special talents that Chris yields, his bilingual aptitude is one of particular mention. Having studied Spanish during his junior and senior years of high school, Chris took great pride in the fact that he was fluent in such a romantic language, the language of love. They say that about a lot of languages, right? Like, isn't French meant to be the language of love?
Well, yeah, the three romantics get it. I don't really hear Spanish as being the language of love that often these days.
Neither.
I suppose because it's so associated with Taco Bell, and it's not as mysterious as it used to be.
After traveling the world these last few weeks, I can absolutely attest to the fact that Chinese is not the language of love.
I think we can all attest, though, that no, Vietnamese definitely is. That's the hottest language by a mile.
Chinese Mandarin is just, especially when you're in China, listening to people speak Mandarin, it is like extremely aggressive. There's an edge to it.
I do like it when you have a woman announcing over, say, a train station or plane in Mandarin. It sounds quite clinical and seems like you're in the greatest movie of all time, Maze Runner. It's quite a dystopic sound. I don't mind that. It's not to your point. It doesn't give you an erection.
Yeah, exactly.
It arouses my mind.
French absolutely does give me an erection. Like, you hear French and you're like, I can absolutely see why this is meant to be the language of love. And there's a lot of
your love muscles moving.
What? My penis is moving?
Yeah, your penis is moving.
Oh, true.
So,
yeah.
So this is the language of love.
I thought you meant like
muscle.
It wiggles around to like the tune of French or something.
Well, kind of.
Like one of those snakes.
Slow motion dance.
Like the snake whisperers or what are they called, where you play the flute and the snake rises up and wiggles around.
Well, that is what's happening to your peen. Your peen is the snake and French is the snake charmer.
Yeah. The French people are penis charmers. That's what we've determined so far. However, the overwhelming academic evidence and ghastly misuse of the Spanish language throughout his creative endeavors point to a far different reality. One class worksheet leaked from his high school Spanish class requires students to assign jobs and performance reviews to a list of hypothetical people in Spanish. Flexing his bilingual verbosity, Chris labeled all of his workers as bueno and wrote de, which means of instead of s, which means is, for several rows, resulting in sentences such as April de reportera de TV bueno, which translates to April of good TV reporter, which does not make sense. A simple enough error, yet his frequent misuse of written Spanish. Hey, I can't talk to you. I know nothing about Spanish. Like, I think Spanish is heavily taught in American schools. I know, like, a lot of my American friends took Spanish growing up. It's not taught here at all, from what I understand, from what I experienced during school.
You'd have to go out of your way.
Yeah, I don't think it was
French is a lot easier to come by.
It wasn't a potential option when, you have, like, during high school, you're able to elect to take a foreign language or whatever. Language classes.
You have to be one of those rural farmers where you get shipped in tapes of lessons. I think you're still at that level when you want to learn Spanish here.
Yeah,
you probably have a better option of getting Portuguese because there's so many Brazilians.
Yeah. Wait, Brazilians do speak Portuguese, don't they?
Portuguese, yeah. They, I don't know, for whatever reason, they went to the beat of their own drum. All the rest of them. And so, yeah, I don't think that we really have that as a thing. I think in America, honestly, there'd probably be places where you kind of pick it up. Sort of like being a foreign student living in Germany.
Yeah, well, the further south you go, obviously, towards the border, I'm sure it's way more common. Other examples include a senior year assignment which required Chris to write about a hotel as he would run it, also full of spelling errors, and another instance in which Chris failed several times to understand a question from a troll who asked, quote, has estado en Mexico, which translates to have you been in Mexico? And even after the question was repeated multiple times in different wording, he refused to understand the question entirely. Chris also adopted the Spanish name Ricardo during high school and would often use this alias when speaking Spanish as an adult. One other honorable mention of Chris's limited grasp of Spanish is his invention of the word noviophobia, meaning the fear of unavailable women with boyfriends.
Why is it called noviophobia?
However, as is probably to be expected, this word is a bastardization of Spanish and Greek, cramming words from both languages together improperly. Not only that, but it actually describes the fear of women with boyfriends as opposed to jealousy, which is much more accurate for Chris's situation. Yeah, wait, what does novio mean? Does that mean... It must mean something to do with women, right?
Let's do a Google Translate.
Novio.
Dude, here's the gift that keeps on giving. No.
Oh, I clicked on his he made a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Girlfriend ? Could she be the love of my life? Probably not. I'm sure she is already paired up with some jerk. he made a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That's a very powerful Yu-Gi-Oh card too, with a defense of 2000 and only 3 stars. It is dark though. What does novio mean?
Novio means boyfriend.
Okay, so fear of boyfriends, more so.
Fear of boyfriends. Noviophobia.
Okay.
God, Chris' entire life seems to be mashing two things together that don't fit.
Yeah, he's the bringer together of different realities, as we all know.
A true tastemaker. Kind of like the guy that came up with the concept of fusion food before it was a thing.
He's got to stop fusing things together, honestly.
He really does.
All right, we come next to this story about Chris's various attraction sites. So Chris's love quest is one of the things that he is most well known for, particularly in his early days of internet fame. He began his quest around the time he enrolled in Piedmont, Virginia Community College, where he started designing his infamous attraction signs. This was his ingenious solution to finding a boyfriend-free girl without having to spend money on dating sites or newspaper ads and without having to actually approach said women. He posted these signs all over his college campus, but he was also occasionally seen sitting with them. And due to his skirmishes with the college's dean at the time, a fellow dean, nice, Mary Lee Walsh, Chris made numerous designs before ultimately being suspended from community college for a full year over them. He also had to keep making new signs as the age of his prospective girlfriend would continually increase each year to match his own age. So when he was 22, the sign would read, looking for a boyfriend-free girl between the age of 18 and 22, but each year that number would slowly tick up, but of course 18 would always stay the same. Though many of these signs are lost to time, a handful have been preserved by his followers, which we're going to take a look at. Previous episodes, we only had time to look at perhaps Chris's most infamous attraction sign in the first part of our trilogy on Chris. As far as attraction signs go, this is his Holo Charizard, the original one in mint condition too. It has many of the original Chris's trademark qualities to it that we know and love, from desperate cries of loneliness, pickiness as to his prospective partner's lifestyle choices and income, inadvertent racism, and of course, sonotube. That's right. He says like no blacks allowed, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes, I do remember this.
I think it says it in here somewhere. I can't read. It says it basically like looking for someone with a high income. I don't see where it is. I don't see where the racism is in. There was definitely racism in there, though. I do remember that.
Definitely, I remember that. It was I want someone who's hot, extremely young, no blacks allowed. That's what that was the right.
So let's have a look at some of the other attraction signs. Here's attraction sign number 1, which is an attraction sign from when Chris was 22, which was likely designed to be put on the front section of a Nintendo DS, so Chris could multitask by advertise himself while gaming. And we know that because of the cutout and the shape of this sign. And it says,
if only it worked.
Do you want to read this out? You read it out.
One girlfriend, please. I'm a 22-year-old boy seeking an 18-year-old boyfriend-free girl. I am lonesome. Winner. Who wouldn't be wet?
I'm pretty wet by the...
And also boyfriend-free girl. It's very... I just don't understand how he thinks, like, how large the cuck market is.
I do like the font that he shows here as well. It's very flowery and beautiful. Lots of curls and little scribbles on the lettering. It's very beautiful. He is a very artistic, and I said artistic, not autistic, artistic guy. I will give him credit for that. He's got good sensibilities here. We come to attraction sign number 2, which is an attraction sign from the following year when Chris was 23. In it, we can see that the age of the female companion has changed to match Chris's age at the time, if it loads. It says, I am a 23-year-old male, single male, searching for an 18 to 23-year-old female companion who I can love and trust. So by this point, he's been doing these attraction signs for about 4 years, roughly. And they all hammer on the same point. They all have the same kind of iconography, the same kind of, verbiage and prose, if you want to give it that kind of credit.
And we do.
Yes, of course.
Right.
He also wrote a pamphlet on attraction at the same time, which is a pamphlet on how to get a girlfriend, which is for some reason written by Chris's fictional and gay evil twin, whose name is Reldnak Notsu Knight Surik, which is, of course, Christian Weston Chandler backwards. He did the old Yeltsin/Disney thing, where the opposite evil version of Chris is just him, but backwards. It says how to attract an 18 to something year old companion, female companion, without saying hi for the very shy man, by Reldnak Nets Matesuk.
I like how every idea that he has really does remind you of when you're a 5-year-old and you think, oh, I'm going to start a lemonade stand and I'm going to be a billionaire. Yeah, you're very happy about getting 20 cents. Huh?
I'm going to call myself a mysterious new name. What would my name look like if it was backwards, for example? I'll choose that name.
That is name.
It is stuck in like the 3rd grade level stuff.
Permanently. And the art is as well. Everything about it is just this very childlike understanding of the world.
You would think that with how often he does art and draws and stuff, it would be slightly better. Like not to
improve over time.
He does draw better than me probably, but at the same time, like he does it so much where
you haven't done it. Yeah,
you would feel like you'd be able to develop the skill a bit more than this, right?
Well, I suppose it shows that there's a 3D element to it. It kind of reminds me of seeing Spy Kids, really.
I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say it goes to say that there is just a ceiling on talent. Maybe this is just the peak of talent that he can get to. This is the limit, which is yes, maybe true.
Well, yeah, I would imagine that art lessons probably would have done him better in his professional career, but understanding from his Spanish, it probably wouldn't have improved either.
And here we have another picture of an assorted collection of Love Quest pieces, which include the DS cover, his business card, and other similar items. It's just a drawer full of these. He's got little pins here that say 22 plus single, seeking an 18 to 22 single companion. I am serious. I want an 18 to 22-year-old boyfriend-free woman. I am as sad, lonely, and single as a 22-ounce bottle of Pepsi. Damn. All right.
Wow, that is lonely.
I agree. Pepsi does suck, Chris Chan. I do agree. That might be the first.
That
might actually be
popular
the first
opinion on yours, isn't it?
Yeah, that might be the first thing I actually do agree with him on.
Pepsi sucks. But Jackson, what would you prefer? Would you rather drink Pepsi or his Fanta-filled cum? Because I'm guessing you'd probably go the cum, actually. You hate Pepsi.
I do really hate Pepsi. That's a difficult question.
But would this cum make it taste sweeter? That's what I'm,
What, now you want him to come with the Pepsi too?
Oh, well, you're definitely not drinking that.
No, absolutely not.
No, that would
actually
be a tough one.
Honestly, it might make the Pepsi taste better. I hate Pepsi. I guess anything's worth a shot. It's good
you do
enough
have
for
these
Chris,
very
it's good
definite
enough for me.
opinions like Chris Chan, don't you?
Yeah, okay,
Absolutely not. I refuse.
Yeah, based around Pepsi, yes. That's the only that's the only hill I'll die on in
You
my
die
entire
on other
life.
ones. We're just talking about another one. All anime sucks. And then, like Chris Chan, you take out like little niches here and there. It should just have after it like those really fast words of just like, this doesn't include the animation I personally like.
all the important disclosures.
Yes. What's with the rap in the background?
The rap?
Yeah.
What? Where? I don't see it.
You don't hear it?
Oh, my Spotify's playing.
Oh. Because I was sitting there thinking, like, damn, this is quite Casanova-esque for Chris Jones. This is putting mood music on.
No, it was my Spotify. I didn't realize you could hear that. My bad. All right, although we don't,
you can keep it going. That's fine. I like the anthem.
Although we don't have images of many of these signs due to Chris's artistic style, we can safely assume that any other signs would have been similar in design to the ones we have access to. At some point in his love quest around the mid to late 2000s, Chris stopped making his signs. Clearly, they weren't getting him the right sort of attention, and according to his mother, Barb, they, quote, made him look retarded, end quote. However, his signs were periodically brought out of retirement in the 2010s.
Yes.
Owned by his mother.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, he eventually got his back, unfortunately. So, we can't. It feels so bad to make fun of Barb, knowing the fate eventually that they would consummate their family connection.
Set aside the differences.
Degree. Yeah. Set aside the difference
in a love communion.
I
mean, they did work in the end. He ended up with a boyfriend-free woman.
I was going to say, it may have made him look retarded back then, but he did eventually win out with his love sign attractions. So I don't know if she criticized it that much.
Everything goes full circle. Much like in his dimensions, there is a reality where it's happened.
This is the reality where it did happen.
Yeah.
At a 4th of July event in 2010, Chris reportedly lost any semblance of maturity he had in his love quest by literally throwing a small rock with a message attached to it at a woman. Supposedly, the woman picked up the rock, read the note, then shook her head at him and moved on. In 2012, he made Facebook statuses announcing that he was going to take to wearing a sign around his neck which read, quote, "If you like me, tell me," end quote, and that he was going back to his roots by going to Fashion Square shopping center with a sign to find a sweetheart. So this is in 2012. So he went the entire 2000s up to 2012 doing this shit. Although he later claimed this was a lie, it's unknown if he ever did actually go through with it. Finally, in 2014, Chris made a new account on OkCupid with a new picture of him holding a sign. My God, 2014. With a new picture of him holding a sign made out of Lego. I got to see that as a Lego fan. Hey, ladies.
Look at this fuck.
Hey, ladies, I'm single. Please ask me out.
I don't get it. Why does he look balding in that photo?
I think at this point it's
no,
like
he never was.
And
also, it doesn't look like hair anymore. It looks like somebody has draped string over him. It's like a really cheap pantomime wig that you would see in Shakespearean times.
He does look like a Shakespearean character almost. Like a...
yeah, take the glasses off.
The full kind of character.
Put a Hessian sack on him. Exactly.
Yeah, I can see this.
Weirdly shaped head. I really like this. Surely the picture that you have up now, Jackson, that must be worth a pretty penny.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, everything in there.
Oh, yeah, these are all artifacts. These will eventually go to, once Chris Chan passes away, I assume these will all go to like the National Chris Chan Museum of History, which is where they'll be preserved.
Library of Congress. Where they belong.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope that
he does deserve a place in it. If you are such a mover and shaker that your name is synonymous with history, that they had to come up with something, Christory, for you. You do need to be encapsulated in the same way that Scientologists try and get L. Ron Hubbard books and put it on titanium steel. Something very permanent needs to happen to you.
If I was a billionaire and I had like infinite money, I would probably open up a museum to Chris Chan and like collect all these artifacts and put them on display.
I think that act in itself would probably make you a billionaire.
True, yeah, that's the ticket to success.
I think, honestly, guys, if you wanted to go fund me that shit, we could buy it, put it in some hick town that's dying, kill two birds with one stone.
Revitalize it.
Exactly.
I mean, you'd have to put the museum in his hometown of Rocketsville, which I'm sure is
Rocketsville
already dying.
dying?
Probably, surely. It sounds like it. Ruckersville.
Yeah.
Put it there.
Used to make small
Buy his
components.
old house and turn it into the museum.
Totally.
All right, crowdfund us. Chris's only other form of attraction signs that we've seen were very bold indeed, seen in 2010 at the event called Fridays After 5, which we will look at soon later on in the episode. But if you're already feeling sick with all of this new information about Chris Chan and, of course, the image of Chris Chan drinking his frozen cum, well, we've got the sponsor for you. It's Christmas Day here in Australia, and I'm out here lost in the Australian wilderness, celebrating Christmas, but also celebrating the fact that I get to tell you about ZocDoc. And luckily for me, I've got the best co-host possible here with me, some beautiful kangaroos right behind me. And they love ZocDoc as well. I asked them, I communicated with them, potentially the very first human to communicate directly with kangaroos, especially about sponsorship integrations. And they told me that ZocDoc is one of the most reliable platforms out there that'll hook you up with a doctor, an in-network doctor, with full coverage of all the different things like dentistry, orthopedics, just your GPs and stuff like that. So if you have a medical issue that you need to speak to a doctor about, well, ZocDoc is really the best thing for you. You just download the app, basically look around in your area, filter by doctors in your area that take your kind of insurance or deal with your kind of issue, and then you can sort them by their ratings to find the best match for you. And what that means is you get to skip all of the unpleasant things about booking a doctor's appointment, like being on hold with a receptionist for a long amount of time. Kangaroos hate that. So do I. So that's why I recommend ZocDoc, because you get to skip that basically. You just click a book to instantly book a high-rated doctor, and next thing you know, you're there getting treated or diagnosed for whatever issue you're currently facing. And really, it's just a giant relief and removes all stress from the situation. Not all stress, you're obviously sick, that's pretty stressful, but it removes all of the additional stress surrounding the situation that comes from trying to book a doctor. Appointments made through the free ZocDoc app are speedy, with people typically finding appointments within 72 hours of their booking, which means you're in and out basically as quick as a kangaroo would be able to do it. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments today and go to ZocDoc.com/redthread to instantly book a doctor's appointment. See, they're heading off right now to do it, to book a doctor's appointment using ZocDoc. That's ZocDoc.com/redthread. Please go check them out. They support the show, and it means a lot to the kangaroos, honestly. So if you want to help support the kangaroos and all their whatever they do, go check out ZocDoc. ZocDoc.com/redthread. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas. Well, thank you, ZocDoc, for saving the day yet again when it comes to Chris Chan. Your health is very important. If you are feeling squeamish at the moment, please do take advantage of that. Go check ZocDoc out. Continuing on, though, A Christmas with the Chandlers. So, A Christmas with the Chandlers is something that can only be described as one of the saddest, most depressing video leaks released from Chris Chan's home movie files. Christmas, something that should be bright and joyous occasion, is revealed to be nothing more than a wet blanket pity party at the Chandler household in 2004, captured through grainy video camera footage. The emotional distance between the three of them can be felt, with the exhaustion, discomfort, and disinterest of the occasion permeating throughout the screen. All the while, Chris's complete lack of awareness of the obvious cracks within his family are on full display as he tears through gift wrapping to the bitter backdrop of vintage electronic Christmas jingles. The sadness is cringeworthy and, of course, best left to be watched. Merry Christmas, Chris.
It's so piss you.
Yep. All right, well, first I gave you presents. Well, first you got to choose. And they both have the same content. It's just you choose whether you want it on
Dude,
DVD
it looks like an
or
Adult
VHS.
Swim skit.
They have everything same thing, except the VHS is recorded off of the DVD. So, which one do you want, VHS or DVD?
I don't know. I'll take DVD.
Okay, so he's giving his dad the option of two presents, either the DVD or the VHS version of whatever movie this is. I think it's Fraggle Rock. He's giving the dad the option of which one he wants, and then Chris Chan will keep the other present for himself.
I don't like VHS much.
Really?
A DVD, I mean VHS.
So you want the VHS?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not much for the other.
DVD.
Why do we have it on both?
I gave him a choice, remember? You remember the original white DVD? Yeah, Franco Rockfather. That's what's on there.
I see.
Everything that's on the DVD is on that VHS.
VHS worked better than my system.
Yeah. So I'll just add that to my collection later.
I can't get it open.
That's alright.
Fuck.
I would prefer to have no Christmas than have to sit through this.
That would be awful. Well, I would want to be there, but imagine
You'd want to be a
looking
fly
through
on
this
the
without
wall.
the prism of irony, being there, truly consuming it, while he's tricking his elderly father into getting the shitter option.
The
And
shitter
doing
option,
it poorly
yeah.
as well. And he is still so old.
If,
He still takes it.
If the old what's his name, Bob? If Bob said that he wanted the DVD option, you could see like Chris Chan, basically orchestrating the situation so that he eventually does get the DVD instead. 'cause
Yeah,
the
that's
one
what I'm
that he
thinking is
wants.
happening. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I think Bob noticed that, like, you know, Chris wanted the DVD, so he's like, "Oh, I'll take the VHS. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, he couldn't be bothered.
Just put me out of my misery, please."
He wasn't tricked. Yeah, he's too wise to his trickery.
Here, Mom, I picked it out for you. I'll just get this one that's in the bag here.
We used up all the tape.
Not all the tape, Bob.
Bob still hasn't gotten into the present yet,
No.
and Chris has moved on.
Snowboarding stuff. Yep.
Okay, wait. So I think that was a Lego set.
That he
I
gave his
assume-
mum.
Did he give it to his mum? Is that what happened there?
Or did he give it to himself?
I think he gave it to himself. I think he's giving presents to himself through his parents. Chris
Oh,
is
right.
historically very materialistic. So.
Isn't he?
I'll wait.
I like the
I guess
Fraggle.
I'll do this one.
Fraggles are cute.
Yep. These are cute. Anyway, your thing is in the box, Mom. I made the box with some cardstock paper. Like, it's just slides apart. I got you Hamtaro. That's cute. Yeah. That's cute.
Who is he?
It's a Hamtaro. He's a little hamster. He's a little bitty hamster.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. All right, so he got his mother a little hamster doll or something.
Hamtaro.
Yeah, is that a thing you know?
Yeah, I know from Cartoon Network from back in the day.
He says it's a Hamtaro. It's a little hamster. 25-year-old man.
I'm so tired too. 25 Christmases with Chris Chan. Fuck. And like his drawing, it doesn't get any better.
What is a Hamtaro? I want to look at it. Hamtaro? Oh, Hamtaro. Okay, yeah, I know this thing.
You know this?
Yeah, I've seen this. That is a whittle hamster. He's right. He is accurate in his portrayal.
He's right.
So what a lovely Christmas for Barb. She got what she wanted. She got a whittle hamster gift from, which I'm sure that Chris Chan took immediately as well and put in his room. All right, moving on. I don't want to see any more of this sad Christmas.
But why is it filmed like that? And why does their house? I thought their house was filmed with. It's almost as if it's like kind of taken in a. I don't know. You know those like Central Asian karaoke bars or something? It's a weird set.
Someone said Bob is clearly upset that Santa didn't bring him the sweet release of death
Yeah,
he asked for.
He is. He wanted the Grim Reaper. He wants Santa Claus.
Someone said this was a day before the Indian Ocean tsunami where 230,000 people died, but somehow this is more depressing. Wow, that's so strange looking back through history and this is what was happening the day before the Boxing Day tsunamis just wrecked Southeast Asia.
Yeah. And they're
Fucking
right. It is
wild.
sadder. It is so. Look at the tree. The
I
tree
know.
looks like it's been hit by the tsunami.
Well, how like sad and depressed Bob looks and how
Such a sag.
how depressed and sad Barb looks, and then there's just a giddy 25-year-old playing with little hamsters in the middle. Very, very off-putting. Very sad. There's no joy with Christmas.
A time of giving.
All right, so we come to the Megan Shrine. As we learned during our videos on Chris, his former gal pal Megan Schroeder was
That's right,
quite
gal
the
pals.
unhealthy obsession for him. From 2005 to 2008, she was one of his closest friends, though she was more just putting up with him after a while. And Chris was determined to win her heart. His advances and actions got increasingly desperate and grandiose, despite Megan repeatedly telling him that she was not interested and giving him far too many chances. Eventually, Megan had enough and cut off all ties with him, as we previously covered. What we didn't cover, however, was that Chris, in his obsession with Megan, had what can only be described as a shrine dedicated to her in his bedroom. This was a bookshelf in the corner of the room, mostly containing various gifts and drawings from her, many of which reflected her interest that Chris later adopted in a poor effort to get closer to her. Notably, these included things like Sailor Moon, My Little Pony, Hello Kitty, Yu-Gi-Oh, and a few different manga? Shoujo? Is that right? Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe.
A few different shoujo, manga, and anime series which are aimed at adolescent girls and young women. The shrine also features some of Megan's drawings, some of which depicted Pokemon drawn in the Sonic the Hedgehog style. Whether this was a legitimate interest of Megan's as well, or whether they were simply gifts for Chris, is unknown. What is known, however, is that her drawings are far more skilled and detailed than Chris's attempts at solitude and friends. I mean, yeah, if these are
Can
the
we see it?
drawings, I feel like, wait, yeah, there's a,
Is there a close-up shot of this?
here we go. Oh, wait, these are way cooler. If she drew that on the right here of the Sailor Moon,
The Sailor
Damn.
Moon's actually impressive, isn't it?
yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm sure this shrine didn't take much for him to get interested in either. There seems to be a great overlap.
Yeah,
Chris
I mean, he
Chan
loves
interests.
he loves My Little Pony historically, so that just genuinely did turn into an interest for him.
What was the whole brony thing? You know anything about that?
Not nearly enough to talk on it. Basically, I know that like a bunch of people got very interested in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic back in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, and they basically self-collated or self-organized themselves on forums and internet communities and basically just ended up calling themselves bronies. I think it's an extension of the furry community, but kind of like a very distant offshoot of it. But
yeah, it feels like a distant cousin, doesn't it?
yeah, they're very fixated on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I'm not sure if they're still a thing to these days. I feel like if they
was
are,
Chris Chan?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
hmm
Look at it. Everything is just this scary collection of plastic crap.
I
Everything
know.
in his house. It's all
Just
hoarded.
worshipped.
Yeah. Weird little shrines.
Yeah, this level of hoarding is just, especially of like juvenile things like this kind of stuff is always very off-putting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's again, it's this kind of like the half-assed childlike way that Chris Chan looks at things. He's making a museum for himself.
I think it's just not being willing to move on from childhood. Like everyone is, well, a lot of people are so like motivated into preserving their childhood basically and pushing away the responsibilities of adulthood as far into the future as they can. So they self-obsess over childhood stuff like this and refuse to move on.
Mm. Having said that,
know.
I am looking at this and it does look like the display of a bunch of YouTubers that I watch in the background, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've got stuff in my background as well, probably. I've got like a little display cabinet over here of like old video game consoles.
No. Old video game consoles, for whatever reason, I'm perfectly fine with that being there. There's something sort of, it's annoying hipster acceptability to have those sort of purple lights in the background. Old shitty consoles. That kind of has like a acceptable millennial image to it.
I'm
But that
extremely
shit-
performative. I just don't know what to put in my background, really. I needed to put something in there and in my background for like on video. So I thought that was something that people would like. or would look relatively cool. I don't know.
Dude, you have to go way more pathetic. Come on.
Yeah, I should put some Transformers action figures back there or something.
Is that the way you go? I think you should just put all the posters of Land Before Time.
Oh,
My favorite
yes.
movie.
Yes. That would be very on brand. I should do that. Giant dinosaur posters.
Limited edition action figures. What else? Is there some type of particularly pathetic merchandise from Land Before Time?
I have no clue. I haven't, probably, but I don't think it's.
So like McDonald's, did they ever do anything with them?
I don't know.
Yeah, they did. Look at it. Yeah, Pizza Hut. Remember that shit?
I was never a collector growing up. Like, I never cared about like little action figures and shit like that. I never did. Never. Not once.
So what did you play with as a kid?
I was actually relatively I know this is hard to believe, but I was relatively sporty growing up. Like, I had footballs and other sports paraphernalia, shit like that.
So you had like baseball cards of like Rob Etchelstein.
I did have trading cards for rugby league, yeah, but also just like sports jerseys and things like that. Also, I remember like growing up, my childhood bedroom wall was painted with all of the sports teams mascots on there. So it was just like a giant wall of like, you know, the West Tigers, Tiger and shit like that, just across the wall. So yeah, relatively sporty in comparison.
Dude, that would be sick if you redid that as your back. And why the Tigers?
No, it was just all the teams. Like,
because they had a
all
tiger.
of them.
Okay, all right.
It was all of the teams' logos or whatever on the wall.
That's even better. All right, petition to get Jackson to make that his room.
I'm not doing it. No
yes,
fucking way. No, I'm not.
Come on.
I'm not.
And you like footy
office.
now anyway.
No, I know. I
come on,
like
Jackson.
It.
Don't plug the. Oh, this is a place of business. This YouTube place where I put in all these highfalutin financial investors coming in.
I'll put up. What about?
I'll put up game consoles. Thank you.
What about a framed jersey? Will that do? I'm not painting my fucking walls.
Why?
I'm not painting my walls. No.
Dude, okay, what about
too much effort?
Oh man, you know what'd be great? That and then the classic footy commentators painted into the mural.
Ooh.
An homage to them of like Sterlo, rabbits, Fatty. Is Fatty one?
Those, yeah, you're right. You got all three of them somehow from the early 2000s. How'd you know that?
I think just because they were so omnipotent. Guys, you have to understand, in Australia, rugby league is sort of just like a non-cucked version of NFL that isn't designed to sell advertising space. It is just a bunch of meatheads clobbering each other. It is just a vastly superior game. And I'm saying this without a dog in the fight. I don't follow either of them. But honestly, I don't know how you're watching NFL. It's like a very boring, dumb version of chess or something.
In comparison to rugby league, yeah.
Rugby league is just Neanderthals bashing each other with a football in between.
I mean, there's
actually
no protection.
what you imagine Warhammer's Blood Bowl to be. Huh?
You know, there's no protection. I always get into arguments with Americans about if NFL or NRL is more violent, and they always use the argument that because the NFL players have protection, they go harder. Like they run harder and the impact is. I can tell you for sure that they are not holding back in NRL in rugby league. They are not holding back in terms of impact. It's
a bunch of people that pretty much have to form their bones and muscle into some form of internal biological gear, smacking each other. It's violent. It's very violent. But yeah, look. Give it a go, watch a little bit of it, but that would be so funny if we got Jackson to be one of those. Because it's just so, no one is that in Australia. No one's pathetic and sad enough to do that.
To do what?
Like just have like all the NRL teams in the background.
I'm not doing it.
Like quite loserly, really. It's more loserly than putting in like game consoles and anime and shit.
I'll put up a jersey. That's all I'm gonna do, or a signed football. I'll put that up.
All right. What about a photo of Sterlo and the boys? Like one in the front and then two back to back on him. And photo. So
I don't even care about them. I don't even care about them. Oh, fine. Is he even? Are they still even alive?
Yeah, dude. what I'm
Stello's
surprised
still
by is
kicking?
the fact that Rabbits is still alive.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He looked close to death like 20 years ago. There's no way he's still alive.
That guy has the greatest voice of any sports commentator ever.
I mean,
He's the one that's like, Shayna to halfback to Shayna. That's him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's him. He's got, you got to listen to it. Guys, look up Rabbits commentating a game. It's the closest thing that we have to that, like, North Korean propaganda voice, but it's like a dumb Aussie version of that. Like, it like wavers and goes really enthusiastic.
Yeah, he's very passionate.
It's quite a feat. Yeah. That's the way that he is still alive, despite the fact that he looked like he was getting eaten by cancer in the 90s.
Pure excitement for the game, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
loving the
keep
game.
it alive.
He just needs to see the next game. They
All right,
probably kicked him out years ago. He's just
okay,
there.
so that's going to be my shrine. What's your shrine then?
Okay, if you do that, I'll put cricket in the background and have all the stars.
You don't have, you
Brett Lee.
don't historically have any interest in cricket, though.
Nah,
it's going to be something from your childhood that you were interested in, then you fell off, and now you've got.
All right, but what about I had a vague interest in the Canberra Raiders? What about I just do a shrine to that and have the guy that's the Blues coach?
Oh, you don't
The guy
mean
that
Ricky
looks
Stewart.
vaguely Greek.
Oh, who are you talking about?
You know the guy that has the same haircut as Nigel Thornberry?
Fuck, what's his name? Laurie Daly.
Is that him? The guy that every time you look at him, you're like, you're Eastern European. He's like, nah, mate, I'm English.
Yeah,
Nah, you're not.
this guy.
Him.
Laurie Daly. Yeah.
That guy. I'll get him on the front and get it signed. I'll make a huge mural of Laurie Daly.
Why not? Why fucking not?
And then in the background, just a big logo of Canberra Raiders. And so that's the big instance here. I am a fan of the team, and Jackson is a fan of the game.
Of the commentators.
Just loves the...
I don't know anything about the game, just the commentators.
He's into that. He's in love with the profession.
You know what?
That's his game.
It's actually not even that. You're not that far off. I remember always, like, growing up in the car with my dad, and we'd always just listen to the radio commentary of like rugby games as we were driving places. And I'm looking. It's like you get nothing from that but the commentary. Like, you don't see the actual game. You just hear like three dudes get really passionate about like tackles and shit. And that's it. That's like basically it. And there's a lot of times like that. So maybe I should get those commentators as a shrine, because I did actually.
That is your childhood.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty significant portion of my
Actually, your
childhood.
Isn't it so weird that we live in the day and age where if you have the classics like My Little Pony and all that shit in the background, that is far less nerdy than being into sport these days. It's flipped on its head. I'm telling you now. If you're into sport, you're a nerd. It's kind of a bit like autistic.
I mean, yeah, it's always been that way. I mean, you still get like with soccer, you get full on riots and stuff. So I'm not really sure if you would call that necessarily
That's not nerdy. It's not nerdy to get your head punched in by like a Westingham.
Yeah, but there's
supporter.
absolutely like sports fans across every sport that like take it in a nerdy direction, where they read like the the game reports and things like that, stats, and
fantasy
stuff.
football, all that.
Fantasy football, yeah, definitely. But I still think broadly sports fans are probably more well adjusted than people who are like My Little Pony, probably.
Yes, I think so too.
I think that's, and it's always funny when you see like people into My Little Pony or whatever, like full on bronies, and people into these fringe communities like online scoffing about people who like sports. Like they're like, how lame, they like kicking balls around and stuff like that. That's beneath me. I'm like, okay. Okay, dude. I get you.
Yeah.
And
No, what's really cool is this shrine. Pictures of this woman that you never had sex with, that you really want to have sex. That's very cool.
Yeah, I'd rather have pictures of big rugby league commentators I've never had sex with up on my wall.
For the same reasons as Chris Chan.
Yeah. I want to reach out to Fatty and see if he can draw me a picture of Sailor Moon, maybe.
That'd be sick.
That would be.
And it's drawn in that like way that they're really, you know, those really Aussie 90s caricatures that all those kind of guys are into.
Yeah,
They get a drawing of themselves and they're like, oh, look even fatter. He does that, but for Sailor Moon.
I'd pay for it, Fatty. If you're out there listening to this somehow, Fatty, send this to Fatty, everyone. Look at Fatty NRL commentator. You'll find him, I'm sure. Send this
You
to
can't
him.
miss him.
Yeah, send it to him. We need Sailor Moon Fatty artwork, please.
Hey, was Fatty even that fat? I think, like, I swear Sterlo was fatter.
Yeah, Sterlo was fatter.
Phil Gould? Holy shit. That's
Gould.
something that you need to look up. Phil Gould's little before match. There's like our version of the Super Bowl, I suppose, is State of Origin.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to have a speech before every State of Origin.
It would hype my dad the fuck up. He was good at that.
Really? Because I was about to say that never made any sense.
No, it never makes any sense to you. You don't like the sport. My dad would live for that.
Wasn't it always just like, the aim of NRL is to win. And if you're not here to win, then go home. And if you go home, what's the point of having State of Origin? It was just that. It was like absolutely nothing coming out of his...
Yes,
but he just say it in such a passionate way.
You don't understand. It's all tone, no message. You don't listen.
All tone.
You don't listen to what they're saying. You just get hyped up by the way that he says it. That's exactly how it works. He could be speaking Pig Latin for all my dad would know.
I know. With the cheap ass epic music in the background, it sounds like you're watching Gladiator.
I mean, the spectacle is insane though. Like he's walking around on the field and there's like fireworks going off behind him and shit. It is hype.
Oh, it's all hype. But the thing is that, you know, they're all very short, stocky, quite fat men. That's what happens to NRL players once they retire. They do become fatties. And they are always that real Neanderthal compactness to begin with anyway. So they always had to shoot him up from like the ground to make him look
the
tall.
high angle, yeah.
But yeah, still, he'd be behind the goalpost. And so you could see comparatively he was still a short, stocky
fat man.
Trying to look epic.
I miss when Fatty had, he was a full ginger. Oh, how he's aged.
Oh, really? He doesn't have it. He's still going. Oh no, he doesn't.
Gone grey.
Fuck.
He's gone so grey. It's sad.
It's incredible. Every former NRL player, they all wind up looking like Ray Hadley, don't they? They
really do. It's in their DNA. It's also the heavy concussions, probably. He's probably like 45 years old there in those photos.
Hey, guys, also let us know this. Is there an American football version? There used to be this show that ran for years on Australian television. It had to be one of the most successful TV shows of all time, The Footy Show.
The Footy Show, yeah. I used to watch it all the time.
Did you?
Yep.
So you knew all the characters? And...
Yeah, it was good. It was actually good back in its heyday, back when like Fatty and stuff were on it.
Well, this is all it was. There has to be an American equivalent of this, surely. This just shows how much looser Australian TV is, because it was 20 years of them going, all right, it's time for the highlight reel. Whose nuts fell out this week? That's all it was. It was just close-ups of guys' testicles. And then these three guys that were serious commentators being like, oh yeah, he got a good feeling, didn't he? Yeah.
Do you remember one of the most controversial moments in NRL history, rugby league history, was back in the early 2000s? Can't remember the player's name, but it was a Manly player sticking his finger up people's asses during the tackles.
John Hopewade.
Oh, Hopewade, yeah, that's it. Such a classic.
My friend got a photo with him 10 years afterwards.
Apparently he's
and said like do the finger, and he was just like, yeah, no worries, champ. And that's what he is. Like, he is known across Australia as a great NRL legend because his little move to get the ball off other players is to stick his finger up their ass and then take
during the tackles.
During the tackles, so they drop it, then someone else would take the ball.
It was seen as like this epic strategy back then.
Yeah,
but nowadays it'd be like, damn, that guy was an on-field rapist, basically.
No, like, yeah, okay, like in the internet world, but I'm telling you, in Australia, he's still a legend. Like, he still walks around and everyone's like, takes photos with him being like, do the finger, John. A finger with him.
We're not a serious country. Imagine being on the opposing side going up against John Ho'apoate.
It wasn't a one-off. Like, this was his move. He did it for seasons.
It was frequent. You'd need to wear a chastity belt.
The Footy Show got to that was their golden years. That was like their Simpsons seasons 4 to 8 was the John Ho'apoate years.
Look it up, guys. John Ho'apoate, Eagles bum fingering, I guess. Just look up a montage reel of that. Where were we? Oh yeah, the shrine, Megan's shrine. Presumably due to his growing resentment and hatred of Megan after their friendship ended over the infamous "She Came for Chris Weston Chandler" drawing, which I'm going to look at again because it's very artistic.
Oh yeah, he's done his own Opawade. Look at this. Look at this one going right in there. Fuck, it's disturbing.
I thought it was a picture of Ho'apoate though.
Thumbs up.
Thought I pulled up the wrong thing. Yeah, that's it. Thumbs up when the balls drop. Just doing what you taught me, coach. All right, we're gonna actually look up Ho'apoate now.
Okay, yeah, do it. There'll be some classics. Some of the proudest moments of the game. And we're not even being ironic when we say this. This is truly in NRL history Hall of Fame.
Bizarre moment, John Ho'apoate pokes his fingers into opponent's bum.
Bizarre moment.
He said he practiced it during training.
Yeah, it's like
here we
being
go.
a quarterback.
Oh, straight up.
Very special. Like, oh!
Wait, he's in there again. He's like chasing after him.
Stiff.
He's chasing after him, trying to get back in there. Yeah, he's like chasing him around. Two fingerings.
Oh God.
Oh,
God, that's satisfying.
All right, so Chris eventually started dismantling the shrine in 2009 and completely removed it by late 2010. One final random tidbit of information about the shrine was that Chris kept a jar containing his extracted wisdom teeth on top of the shrine. What? So Chris Chan versus Adam Stackhouse. Aside from his rather ambitious drawing, one of the other real nails in the coffin for Chris and Megan's friendship and relationship was the Parappa the Rapper contest in 2007, or rather the aftermath from it. In case you've forgotten, Chris entered the competition, which required a video singing one of the songs from the video game. Do you know what Parappa the Rapper is, Jordan?
No.
It's basically like an old PlayStation 1 rhythm game, basically, where there's like this cute little... I think he's like a dog, right?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Parappa the Rapper.
Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah. It's a rhythm game. So the winner would receive a trip for two to Seattle, where Chris hoped to finally seal the deal with Megan and lose his virginity. Chris desperately tried to win the competition. By desperately tried, we mean that rather than memorizing the lyrics beforehand or putting more than minimal effort into making and editing the video, he pestered everyone he could into voting for him, and by voting for himself numerous times from fake accounts. Although he did actually make it into the top 10, he was beaten by Adam Stackhouse, who simply made a much better video than Chris. Let's watch the video real quick. Or at least a portion of it.
Fuck.
Every single day, stress comes
Damn.
in every way. I ain't got no time for nobody. My style is rich, dope, fat, and witch. We'll make a cake today that looks rich. Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl. Crack, crack, crack.
Okay, that's enough of that. We get it. We understand. I want to go back to Chris Chan's version of the song, though. I want to see what he did for it. All right, here we go.
AP Station. My name is Christian Chandler. I live in Rocksville, Virginia. I have a PSP. I like to rap. I play with the rapper. I go with you now. The only song I know is Master Onion, which I got from a demo I borrowed from my friend Megan. I have the PSP and she don't. So give me the PSP. I rap the rapper so I can give one to her. And we can play it together. So here we go. We're gonna sing it now. Master Onion a la mode. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to let test me, I'm sure you'll find that you all things that I teach you to teach ya.
He skipped the flow.
The flow was strong. I'll give it that.
The flow was strong with this one.
I don't see how he could possibly lose to Adam Stackhouse's video, honestly.
Absolutely not.
But he did lose.
Maybe in
ultimately.
film choreography, but in terms of actual dancing, Chris has got him again.
Although Chris actually did make it into the top 10 contestants, the final 10 contestants somehow. I would really like to see the complete list, honestly, because how did that make it into the top 10? It had to be sympathy. He was beaten by Adam Stackhouse, who simply made a much better video than Chris. We briefly covered Chris's severe overreactions to the loss, but didn't have time to cover them all, so let's take a look right now. Starting on the 3rd of August, Chris sent an angry email, the first email that he sent in August, to Sony, whinging that they should have chosen him so he could lose his virginity and accusing them of discriminating against autistic people. Chris also falsely believed that Adam, having beatboxing in his video, broke the a cappella only rule for the competition and urged Sony to disqualify him and 2 of the other finalists in the email.
Oh, I remember hearing about this last time. I did not know that was why he was asked to be disqualified. Chris,
What do you mean?
I expected better from you, man.
What do you mean?
Come on, beatboxing is a cappella. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And also, he broke the rules as well. Like, you were meant to make an original song. I think Chris just recreated a song from the video game. At least that's what he said. So this is an email sent from Chris Chan to the community support at Sony. It says, in addition to my message on your machine, which I assume means like the recording machine or whatever, he probably sent an angry phone call. He says, in all capital letters, I really wanted that trip so I could have a chance to impress my sweetest Megan and possibly fulfill my dream of getting married and soon have a daughter named Crystal.
Is Crystal spelt with a Chris?
Yeah, it's spelled Crystal.
Damn it.
I mean, still, it sounds like Chris. That's
It's close.
enough.
It's close.
It's one of the characters in his comic.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure. Yet
Yeah.
now I, a frustrated, high-functionally autistic 25-year-old virgin, have been balls broken like I have through a big chunk of my life in America's favorite game, Kick the Autistic. Sigh. He wrote down sigh here as well.
So necessary. Thank you. A sigh. Hey, before Twitter was doing it too.
I had my fantasies of having fun with Megan, taking her to a really extravagant destination, I am not rich, taking a long-wanted tour of the Nintendo of America company tour with her, playing Guitar Hero against the guy in the parappa costume. I don't know what that means. Like, hanging out with the Disney, like the Mickey Mouse mascot as well. Like, what the fuck? Jamming with Megan in the hotel room and possibly our first time in the bed, ...
Ooh.
Sigh. Life
He knows where to put him.
He's good. He's really good. Life can be so unfair and fucking corrupt. He censored fucking, thank God. But I digress. Take the a cappella rule to the max on those 3 out of 10 videos. Take care, Christian Weston Chandler, and a sad face emoji. The following day, Chris posted to his PSN blog, among other blogs, on the same day in a rage against Adam and the other finalists again, where he once again complained that Adam and others used music, pulling the autistic card again, announcing in all caps that he was, quote, an autistic 25-year-old virgin, end quote, and wishing that the supposed rule breakers would, quote, die and burn, end quote. Other people commented on the post telling him to calm down, but of course, Chris didn't listen. The same day, he emailed Sony yet again, with another tirade, this time going through each of the 10 finalists and explaining why each one should be disqualified or if they were acceptable to him. He received nothing but a canned response from Sony almost a week later. He's like an African politician or something with all these scams that he's running in this election. Like he's trying to game the system here.
Yeah.
He says, subject to Nathan, who's the contact at Sony, I guess. He says, Nathan, I have sent the following message to the community support at the PlayStation website and the webmaster. I have also called PlayStation support to directly input my complaint. Man, that poor minimum wage employee at the PlayStation support line having to deal with Chris Chan's fucking rage.
Oh, God. Could you imagine?
So I thought...
Look, I'd like it, but yeah, go on.
It would be pretty entertaining. But not after a long day of work, probably. So I thought I would send it to you as well. I do not believe Adam Stackhouse should be the winner of the Parappa the Rapper Chop Chop Master Onion contest. I can't believe there's a giant rant here over a competition called the Parappa the Rapper Chop Chop Master Onion contest. Come on. And there are a few others among the top 10 who all have violated the posted official rules. Please allow me to describe the violations as I rewatch the save videos from my PSP, and I quote the official rules and it's a link to the rules. Quote of the rules: the performance must be a cappella, meaning without music, and it must be one of the 3 songs that are provided on the contest entry page. The lyrics must be the same lyrics used in the games. Changing the lyrics will result in disqualification. Please do not include other people in your video, as this will also result in disqualification. All right, well, if that I didn't read this. If that is actually the rules, then maybe Adam Stackhouse shouldn't have won this competition, because he had someone else in his video as well. I'm pretty sure there was another kid in that video. So maybe I'm on Christian's side here. What the fuck? And if you don't believe me, you should watch the 10 videos again for yourselves. Of course, he went through the fucking terms and disclaimers and rule set to fucking point them out on technicalities here. If you don't believe me, you should watch the 10 videos for yourselves again. Quote, the bolded and underlined names are the names of the individuals who have violated the official rules, and bolded details of the obvious violations. So video 1 from Adam Stackhouse, it has music. He has his sister in the video with him. By the way, Christian also changed the lyrics of the song, so he should be disqualified as well, based off his own understanding.
Yeah, by his own
rules.
interpretation, yeah.
Video 2, nothing wrong here, no music, no lyric change, and he's all alone, smiley face. So that one passed the test. Video 3, it has music. He has a dude in the video with him. Video 4, this one is cool. No music, no lyric change, and although it looks like there are 2 guys in the video, upon closer inspection, they are both the same dude, smiley face. Video 5.
He did not say upon closer inspection.
He had the lab go over it. Video 5, he has his dude friend in the video with him. Video 6, although it is high on volume and echo full, he is all alone in the video, no music, and he is quoting the lyrics from his printed sheet, smiley face. So he's criticizing the quality of the video. It's not even relevant to the rules here. Video 7, his video. So this is him referring to his own video. Granted, I did start and end the video with an introduction and Guitar Hero ending, and that was only a photo of me and my friend Megan. The rules do not say anything about photos. I had the printed lyrics taped to the tripod holding the camera, and I did not change any of the lyrics of Chop Chop Master Onion. That was why I was leaning forward at times in the video. And obviously, I had no music during the song, smiley face. Video 8, this is okay, no music, good lyric match, and like in Bill Jones' video, the Leaf guy and driver are both the same guy. Video 9, although it was too close to his face, there was no music. He matched the lyrics, and a stuffed monkey does not qualify as a person, smiley face. Video 10, it has music, and it sounds more like the theme to Super Mario Bros. The Chop Chop Master Onion. And I will note that upon close inspection, the 3 guys are the same dude. I understand that it's too late to hold another election. I was only joking before when I said this is like a African election, but maybe it is closer to that than I initially thought. But I suggest that you award the grand prize to the highest vote among the 6 qualified videos. Thank you for your time, and please personally reply to this email as soon as possible, or call me at my home phone at, and then there's a phone number. Okay, so a couple of days later, with no response from Sony, Chris went to the effort of making a fake webpage based on the real Sony website, announcing himself as the winner and saying that Adam had been disqualified. He then commented on various PSN news posts with a link to his fake site in a poor attempt to cause confusion. Why? Like, it's not going to trick Sony into believing that they need to give him the reward.
Oh, God. This is great. I really liked his list Also because he's kind of mixing in criticisms where he sees fit.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
I love it.
His ego won't let him just stick to the purpose of writing this email in the first place. He has to criticize the others as well in a sneaky way of like making sure that they're like, oh, we should give it to this video 7 by Sonichu. It's the only one without criticism. Next came his video. Christian is angry, where he printed out a picture of Adam and his sister and shot at it with a toy gun for 2 minutes, which we watched in part 1 of our trilogy. Megan's scathing email came out a couple of days later where she had really had enough of Chris's shit by that point. It's also worth noting that the 2 emails that Chris sent a few days before Megan's email, in which he comes off as a complete man-child about the loss and desperate in his declarations of his feelings towards her. As a final note of Chris's saltiness about the contest, at the end of October, nearly 2 months after his loss, he apparently created a fake MySpace profile for Parappa called, and I'm quoting this directly, Parappa the Raping Dog. But I'm not sure. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he meant Parappa the rapping dog. But,
perhaps.
but I truly don't know when it comes to Chris Chan, honestly. So it could be either way, honestly.
Yeah, totally.
The next anecdote, we come to the creepiest issue of Sonichu. Sonichu number 8, the 9th installment in Chris's prolific series, is considered by many Christorians to be one of Chris's most deplorable creations in his extensive bodies of work. Released in September of 2008, the comic includes a nauseating amount of graphic nudity, intercourse, and fetishization of his beloved Sonichu and Rosechu, even despite the characters being originally aged between 15 and 16 years old, to which Chris quickly re-established in his prologue that they were of legal consenting age. The comic opens with Sonichu and Rosechu engaging in horrifying sexual acts, including an inherently contradictory sex position, which he calls missionary cowgirl, and the reader also learns that Sonichu has a respectively large 7-inch penis. And yes, this is just the beginning. Chris divulges into unnecessary detail, explaining the anatomical? Yes, anatomical.
Yeah, anatomical, yep.
Logic of how cartoon characters can still have seemingly hidden genitalia, such as Rosechu's vagina being hidden by a receding flap of skin, that's a very sexy sentence, or Sonichu's penis and testicles residing in his abdominal cavity, only dropping when needing to pee or being aroused. One of the many beautiful images that Chris shares with the reader in this issue of Sonichu is a POV shot, that's point of view shot, from the head of Sonichu's penis as it drops from his internal socket. And we are going to look at this, but it's going to need to be censored on YouTube, obviously. Well, that's beautiful.
Look at that.
It's a picture of Sonichu laying down with Rosechu with her spread vagina. It looks to be
getting eaten out.
Is that? It looks like it's pouring gas out of it. It's like that's gas.
Yeah. Why is it?
Is it a Sonichu attack?
Hang on. Is it a Sonichu attack or is she squirting gasoline?
Is she putting him to sleep with sleeping gas? What is that? It's just gas pouring out of her open vagina. And then a 69, what looks to be 69 between the two. They've done it many times before. The caption reads, it's just,
wow.
It's over the top pornographic, honestly. There's about 4 different sex moves here and then a close up of Sonichu's cock with a condom on it.
Respectable 7-inch cock.
Yeah, that's a good size.
I don't realize why is he into protection so much?
Well, he's got an audience that he needs to teach safe sex to, clearly. So,
it's about responsibility. Okay,
for sure. Yeah, they don't want to be.
He's really done it. He's got it right to the brim of the cock too.
This is the Sonichu number 8 cover. It's just a picture of a bunch of lovely Sonichu ladies in bikini wear. So, the spring break concert featuring Blanca's Jigglyammy.
Hey, do we know how long these go for?
They're like more, yeah, we do.
Like how many pages are in each edition?
Yeah, here, I'll have a look. About 77 pages.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How many days and hours did he pump into this?
A lot. No wonder he took a break to just draw some porn at some point.
You have to.
He needed the relief.
Yeah.
The plot, like most of Chris's comics, follows an unstructured, incoherent, and nonsensical story. In this issue, the protagonists, between the intermittent scenes of sexual depravity, are trying to disprove trolls on a website called 4cent Garbage, which is obviously a reference to 4chan, who've slandered Rosechew. Despite some semblance of a narrative, Sonichu issue 8, as well as its spring break installment, which could be likened to a Fever Dream Love Island episode, really just seems to be one long pornographic segment for Chris to indulge in his fantasies of his own characters. Thankfully, though, Chris did his due diligence and considered the younger fans who might wish to read this latest issue. 3 alternatives were released, confusingly using a television rating system for his comic book. First was the TVMA version, which was the uncut version. Then TVY7, which was a highly edited version, which omits graphic pages. And of course, the middle ground, a TV14 version, which keeps the pornographic elements, but censors the genitalia with use of a banana over Sonichu's penis and an orange over Rosechew's vagina. So he is being
I feel like that still qualifies as pornography, doesn't
Yeah,
it? It's pretty much just Japanese porn. You're just censoring the genitals.
It's less than, I mean, it's more graphic than Japanese porn, if anything.
Yeah, because they've got the outline of the peen still.
Yeah, I mean, the penis is still, like, you can still see what's happening if it's just covered with a banana. Whereas with Japanese porn, like the mosaic, you can really not tell what the fuck's going on under there.
What is the banana, though? Is this just a photo of a banana that he photoshops in, or does he draw it over the top?
I don't know. I'll have a look.
We've got no pics. It's fine if you don't.
No, I'm sure it's in here. Oh, here you go. There we go. We don't even need to censor it. Thank you, Christian. So this is for children?
And also the vag just being citric acid.
That's how he sees it. I really want to know what the fuck is going on with the muff gas there.
Me too.
What's up with that?
So many mysteries.
All right, so we come to the next anecdote. Chris proves he is straight by holding Optimus Prime. In February of 2009, while Chris was in his peak of internet notoriety, he was being targeted by unprecedented numbers of trolls. Most notably at the time, he was still in a relationship with Julie, one of his first prominent online girlfriends. This was, of course, actually the infamous troll Blue Spike, who was a deranged 13-year-old boy who we learned about in part 2 of our trilogy on Chris. In a call between Chris and Julie, one of Chris's biggest trolls at the time, Clyde Cash, kept gate crashing and pretending to threaten Julie with physical violence. Blue Spike, who was still a part of Clyde's trolling gang called the Miscreants at the time, played along as Julie by panicking, claiming that Clyde knew where she lived and that he sounded serious. Clyde ultimately threatened to seriously maim Julie unless Chris posted a video to YouTube where he announced that he was gay. After some initial hesitation, in which Chris refused and asserted that he was straight, he eventually agreed to sacrifice his image to save Julie's life. As a side note,
good boy.
As a side note, this call is a painful glimpse into just how naive and delusional Chris was in believing these trolls in any way. For those unaware, Blue Spike utilized his prepubescent voice to trick Chris into believing that he was a woman. However, in the majority of this call, even during some uncomfortable erotic roleplay, Blue Spike is hardly even bothering to affect the feminine voice. And up until Clyde begins to gate crash the call and threaten Julie, Blue Spike very clearly sounds like a 13-year-old boy. So he's just having erotic roleplay with what sounds to be a 13-year-old boy. In addition to this, we can hear Clyde's persona on full display, talking like a stereotypical over-the-top anime villain when making his demands to Chris. How Chris believed any of this was real, even when accounting for his autism, really does just boggle the mind. Regardless, Chris did make the video that Clyde demanded, but Chris still had a few aces up his sleeve to protect his image. Chris filmed and posted the video shortly after the call as instructed. Let's have a watch.
Stood from that point or another. But I'll cut to a chase. I respect my fellow man, and I have some feelings for the man as well. But yeah, in a nutshell, I have to come out of the closet, and so one closet, God please help me, I feel that I am forced to come out of. Simply put, and I'm willing to say this in sound mind and body, I am a Gabian. Yep, you heard me. I am a gay. He
does look like he's getting forced to say something.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's quite.
It's a hostage
interesting.
video.
Yes, a lot of the filming choices over the years of Chris, there's almost like this unintentional parody to the type of filming that's happening. It's the same with the Christmas video. Very similar with the rap one. I'm telling you, like, the only way that I can think about it is it's Adult Swim-esque.
It is, and that's why it's so entertaining to watch. Unfortunately for Chris Chan, is it hits on all the classics. Like there's a video for every occasion when it comes to Chris Chan somehow.
Yep, totally.
So yes, after a couple of minutes of incoherent waffling, he finally got to the point. And while sitting uncharacteristically rigid and seriously chewing his words, Chris finally announced that he was, quote, a Gabian. A male lesbian. Yes, that's right. Chris made up his own new word to try and get out of actually calling himself gay. Unfortunately for Chris, Clyde was wily to his tricks and told him it wasn't good enough in another call shortly after the video was posted. Chris begrudgingly admitted to it and agreed to make another video. Let's find out what that video looks like.
Good evening. You know, the word gay in terms like
gets thrown
coming
around
out of the closet gets thrown around a lot.
Hey, nice.
Damn, he said it. And
anyway,
what?
And also, some of us have to feel like we're being forced to supposedly come out of the closet. And also, sometimes the actual words, like I myself, actual words I have used, become misinterpreted. And it can be very infuriating when people misinterpret things into slanderous misunderstandings.
Get to the point, Chris.
But yeah, I'll get to a point here.
Thank you.
I'll get to the point.
Damn.
He's predicting everything.
I am I'm being forced to come out of a closet, even though I already came out of one closet.
What? There's so many closets.
To put my emotions into a good sound assortment of words, and honest input, and even though it really pains me a lot to
do it,
to say to say something.
Looks like he's gonna throw up.
Anyway,
it pains him to say it.
So, to get to the point, fine. I'm good. I'm gay. I'm gay. I said it. I said it. So there. I said it. Yep. I'm gay. Okay. Yep. So, did I really come out of the closet there? It just depends on y'all, how y'all understand it. Peace.
Oh, he tried to get out of it at the end there. Did I really come out of the
Naughty,
closet?
naughty.
It's up to the the audience's interpretation, I guess. He truly is a genius. His second video was very much the same as the first, but with the crucial admission finally there, almost. He says, quote, I'm gay. I'm gay.
Yeah.
I'm gay.
Good.
I'm gay. End quote. Despite the fact that Chris still absolutely minced his words to avoid outright saying that he was gay, Clyde was seemingly satisfied with the result as Julie remained unharmed. Making up new words wasn't the only way that Chris tried to signal to people that he was making these videos under duress.
You have to follow the clues.
Yeah. That he was not making that he was making these videos against his will. Much like someone in a hostage video, Chris gave his devoted followers several subtle clues in both of the videos. His first and perhaps most subtle hint of all was that he outright said numerous times in different ways that he was being forced to say he was gay. Aside from that, however, he wasn't wearing his prized sonotube medallion, which he had asserted multiple times prior that he must be wearing the sonotube medallion for a video to be, quote, true and honest, end quote. He also was holding an Optimus Prime figure in his lap, a symbol of masculinity and nobility to Chris. By holding the figure in his lap while confessing his homosexuality, he was supposedly protecting his manhood and straightness. Lastly, Chris also had a Sailor Moon poster up prominently in the background of these videos, not in its natural spot, which was on the shrine, usually, I think. So he put this poster up behind him. Although this was a bit less obvious, seeing as Sailor Moon typically isn't a masculine show, he later confirmed that this was also a non-verbal clue because he would look at the poster every night to keep himself straight. That's a quote. And not only was this a Freudian slip, seeing as he essentially admitted that he needed to fight gay thoughts in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
But the poster he chose to do this with featured two underage characters, Sailor Moon herself being between the ages of 14 and 16 years old, and the other character being 8 years old. In typical Chris fashion, his bizarre methods of trying to keep out of trouble only gave his trolls more fodder to ridicule. What a fucking... what a little fucking arc there. The idea of holding Optimus Prime on your lap to prove to people that you're straight.
Yeah, saying I'm saying this under duress.
Yeah.
This is a terrorist video. And if you follow the clues, you can understand what I'm really saying, which is that I like pussy. And also, on top of that, it seems like anything that he had within the reach of... Like, do you think... What I'm saying is, do you think that those things were thought out, or do you think that they were just near him and then he said, this is a symbol of my masculinity?
He's got so much in his room, I bet. No, he went for Optimus Prime specifically because that...
Specifically?
Optimus Prime is the biggest source of masculinity for Chris. Like, I bet when Chris thinks of what is the most masculine figure I know about, he goes to a fictional representation of a giant fighting robot.
That turns into a truck. It's pretty manly.
It is pretty manly, to be fair. And then also when he thinks of, well, I need to prove that I'm straight. What am I going to do? I know I'm going to put drawings of 14-year-old girls up behind me, sexy 14-year-old Sailor Moon characters behind me, because that's clear.
That's how
indication.
Straight heterosexual hot-blooded male.
Yeah, anime figures. I doubt he even knows that they're like 14 or whatever. I really don't. I doubt it. He just sees attractive women probably. Who knows though? With Chris, honestly, he was at this point in time sexting a 13-year-old boy, so. I guess anything is possible.
Anything's possible.
I really don't know. The Republic of Mulvania. When we discussed the sordid end of the Julie saga in part 2 of our Chris Chan trilogy, we mentioned that Blue Spike, while posing as Julie's abusive brother Max, was threatening to send Julie back home to Europe. What we didn't have time to mention was where specifically in Europe Julie was from. To match the completely fictitious character that was Julie, the trolls also gave Julie a completely fake country that she supposedly came from, specifically the Republic of Mulvania. Mulvania was originally the creation of 3 Australian comedians for a book, a parody of a travel guide that was released in the early 2000s. As a fictional country is a former part of the USSR, the book pokes fun at a lot of the stereotypes surrounding post-Soviet states, complete with barren landscapes, terrible infrastructure, and the country being subject to a dictatorship run by a corrupt government. The trolls' decision to make Mulvania Julie's home was suddenly a bold one, as a small amount of Googling would quickly unveil the truth to anyone with a little more street smarts. However, for Chris, this unfortunately wasn't the case. He was just too blinded by love and, of course, lust for Julie to see clearly. Even after reading the Wikipedia articles about Mulvaney for himself, which only talks about the parody book and the fact that it is a fake country and failing to find it on a globe, he still believed that it was real. Partly, this was due to the work of another troll who sent a letter to Chris. The troll claimed to be the ex-head diplomat for the American embassy in Mulvania, who explained to Chris that the Wikipedia article was a smear campaign
fake. Okay, yeah.
by the country of Georgia because Mulvania had tried to break away from them. Chris even roped his father Bob into this, and they both tried to find Mulvania on a map together. This can be heard in a call between Chris, Bob, and Julie, Blue Spike, where Bob very politely and interestedly asked about Mulvania and its folk music between talking about his own worldly experiences. Bob also apologized for not knowing about Mulvania and theorized that because of the USSR breaking up and countries coming and going as a result, he may have not known about it. In his defense, though, it has been suspected that Bob was getting the fictional Mulvania mixed up with the real country of Moldova. Another moment of interest in the call is when Bob asks if Mulvania is connected to the Black Sea, which makes Blue Spike panic and hurriedly mumble an answer about not being taught it in school. Being a fictitious country also gave trolls some opportunity to teach Chris some Mulvanian expressions. We only have two that we know of. The first, Lavzavska, was a greeting which Chris apparently took quite a long time to say properly, although he can be heard saying it at the very beginning of the infamous Bob walks in call between him and Julie, which is where Bob walks in on Chris. Yeah, jerking off. The other was Ich bin schwul, which was supposed to mean I love you, but in reality is very close to Ich bin schwul, which means I'm gay in German. This is like classic schoolyard bullying.
And how old is Chris at this point? 25?
26.
26.
All right. We come to the Sonichu sex education issue. Released in its entirety by December 2009, Sonichu 9 was Chris's largest Sonichu comic installment written by this point, coming in at a whopping 107 pages long. He's writing entire fucking books. Like, come on. Give him some credit there.
You have to.
Sonichu number 9 is also a key example of Chris's wildly inappropriate use of plot points and settings for his teenage characters. Never mind, don't give him a point, I guess. immediately undid all the credit that I could give him. Episode 19 involves Chris's gallery of heroes, which is what he calls his cast of characters, attending a dating education class. In the lesson, the characters are assigned partners at random, where jealousy ensues as some are disinterested in the partners they've been allocated. Oddly, the teacher instructing the class asks the pairs to converse with each other via instant messaging, as opposed to face-to-face, considering they're directly next to each other, which is, of course, Chris's preferred method of communication. So I think he's trying to like portray instant messaging as the next, the evolution in how people will communicate with each other in the future, which I guess isn't completely incorrect, but it's also just, I think it's the way he prefers to communicate with people, probably. Reginald, infuriated and filled with envy, tries to sabotage the connection between partners Punchy and Layla, even going as far as stalking them to a date at McDonald's after class. According to Ivy, one of Chris's many trolls and confidants, Chris had originally planned in his script to have Layla and Punchy have sex in the McDonald's bathroom, with Reginald slashing their tires in a fit of jealousy. But eventually he decided against it out of fear of negative reception. Episode 20 begins with a horrific upskirt of Rose Chew. I got to click on that immediately. And Sonichu divulging into a rant to Rose Chew about how gay fans have misconstrued his character, unrightfully turning him into a gay icon. His passionate tirade littered with homophobic slurs is also literally signed off by Chris on the illustration, next to a declaration that he'd rather undergo a painful sex change operation than be a so-called homo. That's a quote. To cool Sonichu's anger, Rose Chew offers to have sex with him in the kitchen before thankfully being interrupted by an attack. The comic continues and closes with a rather convoluted fight sequence between the characters and their villains, yet the sour taste of high school dating classes and needless sexualization of Rose Chew never leaves. So I've got the pictures here. Rose Chew is bending over in a washing machine, and the next panel is just an up close of her fucking upskirt panties with her vagina peeking through the panties. And it's sort of she's saying, Rosie, oh. And then she says, hey, sweetest honey boat. Here. So Rose Chew also thinks, it's in a thought bubble, it says, She thinks, I love being appreciated and fully understood for my being as well as my hot bod. So she's like, she knows that Sonichu is perving on her, but she's totally okay with it because that's what women are like in Christian's dream world. So fucking cringe. So was there an issue on your mind? So was there an issue on your mind, or is this a visit for pleasure? See, that's all women are. It's just a dumping ground for Chris's problems or sex. You know me so well. I do have some not so good news I've just heard about on the web, says Sonichu. He continues. I was just chatting with our fans. While with the true, honest fans, it was pleasant. A few homosexual fans came in. I speak for Christian and all of us when I say we all feel little grief with them making their choices. We respect them as equals and let them live peaceful lives. Christian and we all from his creation are all straight, unless otherwise noted. We will always appreciate and welcome all good Sonichu/Roseshare fans, straight or homosexual. And then Sonichu powers up and gets all angry. It says, what really grinds my gear is that the homosexuals have misunderstood parts of all of the comic series heavily wrong. Contrary to their individual perceptions, all of our comics, drawings, and words were never ever meant of anything homosexual whatsoever. We promote being straight. No question or shadow of a doubt. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I did see Chris confirm that he's a gay in front of Optimus Prime, so I can't really be sure if...
Yeah, which is the straightest one that he knows. So you could very much interpret that as, I swear under this idol of heterosexual maledom.
That I am gay. Not that, I am gay instead.
Yeah, I'm gay instead. I am the opposite of this. Didn't think of this.
Well, also, he would never lie in front of Optimus Prime, of course. That's his hero.
Yeah, of course.
It's a sign of truth and honesty.
Idolatry for him, yeah.
No question or shadow of a doubt, we all and Christian do not appreciate at all being wrongfully mislabeled as homos. It really infuriates me. Continuing on, page 38. And to make matters worse, I was quoted wrongfully by a homo in a college somewhere in a paper essay he wrote promoting that choice, which is wrong because I am again being wrongfully mislabeled as such. And they are even dedicating a float of all things in their parade. I know, you know, Christian knows, and everyone should know that I, Sonichu, am straight. I want nothing to do with them in their papers, parades, and God knows whatever else at all ever. Because with every item they create with my name or face, or also Christian's name or face, they again mislabel us. With the exception of the few noted individuals, we are all straight in and around the world of Quickville, Virginia, USA. We promote being straight. He's just ranting to this poor woman hedgehog, by the way. She hasn't interjected at all. It's just a rant. I, Sonichu, you roast you. So he's just telling her how to feel, I guess. Very, very chauvinistic of you, Christian. Our true creator, Christian Ricardo Weston Chandler. There's the Ricardo. Weston Chandler of Ruckersville, VA. We are all straight. I believe him. Then he smashes something on the table. And we will not take the misunderstandings, mislabels, and all the like sitting down. I am straight. Do not label me otherwise. I would rather suffer a painful gender change operation than ever be a homo. From Christian Weston Chandler. Wow, what a what a vision of what was to come.
Oh God, that makes me happy.
And then Rose Tube says, "Oh, I'm sorry you had to go through all of that. I will always be here to fight the good fight with you by your side. Come here and I'll help you recover from your hellish trial with our shared heavenly true love." And then he says a note here that says, "Sweet, honest woman who truly understand. That is heaven." What the fuck?
He really doesn't have any ability to separate himself from his art, does he?
No.
None.
And then she says, "Oh, let's do it at the kitchen." Because that's what all women do, of course. You just throw a dump on them and then they're like, "Oh, fuck me in the kitchen, please."
Immediate available bench. There you go.
Yeah, here.
Anything you can bend them over. Yeah.
Well, the children are next door playing at Heather's. We've got the whole house to ourselves. Sweet, honey. And then stuff happens and they don't get to fuck. So, unfortunately, that's where it ends. What
a tale.
I need to read the entire... I need to read all of the Sonic Shoes,
I always think this every time we mention it. I will get around to this one day.
Chris Chan cures homosexuality. Chris's impulsive need to publicize his criticisms and fascinations with the gay community only ramps up in the Sonotube number 10 installment. The final pages of the comic were released shortly after Chris's birthday on the 25th of February 2010. The overall plot involves Sonotube remaining mostly a side character to Chris, who has again inserted himself as a protagonist in his own story, as the duo zap around tying up loose narrative ends and following through with heinous revenge fantasies. Having returned from a time void trap established in the preceding comic, Chris reveals that on his journey into the year of 2015, future scientists had uncovered a cure for homosexuality. This cure, however, required the purest of heterosexual blood in order to create the vaccine. Chris, of course, being 100% straight, volunteered to give his blood. Having then received the vaccine, Chris is pleased with the results and finds deep comfort in the fact that he'll never turn into one of the gays. God damn, dude. Oh, we're gonna read this. All right, so this
and
is
what
Chris
edition
Chan.
is this? What edition is this?
10.
10. Fuck, it gets honest quick, doesn't it?
This is so the drawing is of Chris Chan in the world of Quickville or whatever the fuck it's called, and he says he's speaking
And he's
to
skinny and muscly.
yeah, he's talking to a purple hedgehog. I don't know who this is, but he says
Okay.
anyway. As for the medical study and this will require your aid, Magi-chan. In June of 2015, the scientists have found the gene-like molecule which makes a person turn homosexual. Wait, so does he?
So many sighs.
Didn't he say in the last issue that he accepts homosexuals and all that shit? No, he's like, ugh.
He brings out, doesn't he? He changes.
Yeah, he can't help himself. He needed a volunteer's untainted straight blood. Oh, I also love how Chris Chan is now like a hero of that community because, you know, he's a trans person in modern recent years, so like he gets a lot of support from that side, whereas his entire life up until that point has been talking about
railing against homosexuality.
How gays
More or
are
less,
evil.
Yeah, his own personal brand of conversion therapy to try and talk them out of it with comics and art. Very non-gay ways of doing things.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that Chris Chan only has developed in the way that he has since then as a means of trying to bang women. Like that seems to be the prevailing motivation behind his entire adult life. In fact, is trying to score some, you know, pussy in whatever way he can.
Yeah, he really is kind of like Johnny Bravo, except fat. And
He's like the worst. He's like the evil version of Johnny Bravo. Sure.
Yeah. It's all he thinks about, like to a cartoonish level where it's like he's a one-dimensional figure almost.
Yeah, almost. They needed a volunteer's untainted straight blood to get a pure version of the molecule to generate a vaccine. Then I entered, and I gave them a bit of my blood. 1 week later, the first batch of the 10 syringes were created. I was the first one, after they did their successful test of the vaccine, to receive the vaccine so I would never have to worry of ever becoming one of them. I toured the syringes with me before I left, so I can turn Reldnak back into... What? I can turn...
What?
So I could turn Reldnak back into Nate Cirque. But I thought Reldnak was Nate Cirque. I thought they were it's Christian backwards. Whatever. It's his world. I'm just living in it.
Yeah, you totally are.
I have the understanding of Kel worrying and missing... I'm ignoring this.
Fuck you.
Anyway, I was informed that the sufficient amount of the vaccine to put into the water supply around the world would take another month to make. Magi-chan, I want you to travel forward to July 31st, 2015. And transfer the crates of the vaccine back to our local medical facilities of today. I'm entrusting this chaotic crystal to you for a boost in your ability to time travel. I wish the crystal returned to me at about 3 p.m. today as the 4-cent garbage building. I will be ready for its use in my plans then. Yes, sir, says Magi-chan. But before you go, I need your telekinesis to rally our allies for this mission towards correcting my comic mistakes of my real-life-based villains. What the fuck is any of this?
Talking about?
Fucking hell.
Doesn't make sense anymore.
Nothing makes sense.
He would not be able to describe what he's talking about, surely.
I think he can, which is scary. That's like way scarier. Later in the comic, using a syringe that he had collected from the future, Chris deploys the vaccine against his nemesis, Reldnak, which is Chris's evil twin, which is aptly just his name spelled backwards, as we've covered before. turning him back from a gay sexual deviant into his completely straight, non-gay self. I mean, Chris is a sexual deviant too, by the way.
Totally. There's no denying it.
Way more than Reldneck ever was.
Yeah.
Outside of the blatant homophobia explicit in both the language and the plot, the gay vaccine side story points to a darker insecurity of belief Chris may have had surrounding his own sexuality, which, I mean, it's pretty evident, I think.
Isn't it?
Nevertheless, it makes for a hilarious reading if you can put all of that aside.
Yep.
Now,
you can.
Yeah, easily. Now let's talk about the Fridays After 5 event. Fridays After 5 is a block party and concert event that takes place in Charlottesville, Virginia. Although these are family events, Chris reportedly acted inappropriately at them. In mid-2010, Chris made a few attendances at the event, which of course were documented by fans. His first sighting at the event in June was certainly his most infamous, with him sporting a very unique getup. Chris was seen wearing jeans, a denim vest, a red button-up shirt, and sunglasses. As if this wasn't iconic enough, he also had a dramatic reveal during the event in which he unbuttoned the shirt to reveal a white sports bra and his growing gut. He was also boldly using these clothes as an attraction sign of sorts. Chris had eloquently written, "Want woman" on the bra in permanent marker. Although it can't be seen in the pictures and footage of him at the event, the person who spotted him also reported that before his reveal of the bra, the red shirt had, quote, "I enjoy vagina" written on it at an event filled with families and children. His second sighting in early July featured a much more traditional outfit by Chris's standards and far fewer pictures. He still wasn't perfect at blending in, however, as he was reportedly using a zoom lens on his Nintendo DSi to look at people. That's creepy. And he was holding a paper sign between his legs while sitting down. We don't know what was written on the sign, but it's highly likely that this was yet another attraction sign. Chris's final sightings at Fridays After 5 was in the following week, and although this one is mostly hearsay based on the account of the troll who saw him, save for a single picture, according to the troll, quote, "He was wearing a bright orange sleeveless shirt with what looked like a beer logo on the back and holding a Budweiser aluminium bottle.
Oh, so straight.
A little mini fan made to look like an iPod, and a hula hoop for some reason. Most importantly, he had a sort of basic attraction sign with him, nothing elaborate or directly sexual, but it said something like, quote, "friendly and flirty man zone," end quote. Wait, does that mean it's a zone for flirty men? That's not very straight,
Guess
Chris.
so? Yeah, well,
that's confusing.
Much of it is, I've got to say, apart from the denim, which now that I think about it, no, that's really gay as well.
Yeah, it's really gay. Well, it's not doing much for him.
Anything straight there?
By 2011, Chris had stopped attending Fridays After 5, presumably not wanting to be spotted there again.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, we come to Chris destroys his PlayStation. In 2010, Chris faced one of the most difficult decisions of his life, whether or not to destroy his PlayStation 3. As we covered in our trilogy on Chris, Clyde Cash had announced a bounty of $9,001 for the destruction of Chris's PS3. Although Chris originally refused to comply, his then girlfriend, Jackie, convinced him it was his ticket out of debt. He went ahead and destroyed it, and of course, no bounty was ever received. But we didn't have time to cover was the actual reason that pushed Chris to even consider going back on his word and destroying one of his most prized possessions. This was, after all, something that Chris had spent so many hours of his life playing since he got it in 2007. Well, just a couple of days before he changed his mind, Chris was receiving technical support from Sony regarding some corrupted files on his PS3, and in a miscommunication with them, he accidentally reformatted his hard drive. This means that all of his progress in his video games, as well as photos, videos, and more, were all permanently deleted. Chris uploaded a short video to YouTube shortly afterwards, looking despondent and conceding victory to the trolls once more. Although it seems like that was his fault, if anything.
Mm.
It doesn't seem like the trolls had anything to do with that.
No, I don't think so.
Captain's log. Stardate, August 27th, 2010. Guess what? I have some interesting, fascinating news for you trolls out there. You all are aware of my recent dilemma with being able to download videos and digital comics being disabled. Well, I just got through talking with technical people at Sony, and they encouraged me to go through an option number 3 of searching for corrupted data and clearing that out, but there was a problem during that, and the system suggested formatting my internal hard drive, and there was a misunderstanding between me and the employee over at Sony Computer Entertainment America, and I said yes. Everything I have worked for since
Worked. Beautiful word.
since March 2007, since I started, save data, videos, music, photographs, everything that was saved in my hard drive. Gone. There's nothing to destroy. You want to destroy my PlayStation 3? Well, in a misguided error, I just did myself.
Damn!
Just about. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Feels like a whole weight has been lifted on my shoulders. In a way, you win.
Yay!
You win there.
Yeah, I guess.
That's it. Leave y'all with that piece of knowledge. Let y'all contemplate. Have a, especially to Clyde Cash, let him contemplate the agony in the past few years. Everything. Poof!
He's very flamboyant.
All right. Stay
He's very
safe.
dramatic and flamboyant. Maybe he is gay.
I mean, look, we've got video evidence of him admitting it, first off. But second, you're so right. There's like the hand movements and everything. There was so many signs, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, he drank cum. That's pretty gay.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
You can't.
Isn't it incredible that when you study Chris Chan, so many things that he does overloads your mind and you forget about the other things that he did? It's an endless, a man endlessly tumbling down. That's Chris, isn't it?
The videos of the destruction include some words of wisdom in the beginning, and Chris warns gamers who are weak in the stomach that this is very graphic.
Yeah.
He bids his beloved PS3 adieu before laying into it with a brick, running it over in his car, and stabbing the dismantled pieces with a knife. Although he had initially promised trolls Clyde Cash and Surfshack Tito that he would not use the bounty money to buy a new PlayStation 3 and would instead settle some of his debts and start a new life with Jackie, he caved just days afterwards and bought a new one with his welfare money. Chris confided in Jackie that he experienced something akin to a drug withdrawal after not playing a PS3 for a few days. So in his eyes, his undermining of his own already low honor was likely completely justified. All right, we have the next anecdote. Chris becomes black. Chris Chan is no stranger to highly controversial moments, particularly when it comes to his worryingly tone-deaf attitudes towards non-white people. One event which encapsulates some of the awful stereotypes and opinions he holds against black people involves a phone conversation between Chris and a man named Lars, the black ex-boyfriend of the infamous Jackie. Both characters, Jackie and Lars, were of course fake individuals concocted and betrayed by troll Alec Benson Leary. The 90-minute phone call, which took place in November in 2010, mostly involves Chris and Lars going through a series of unrelated topics, including Chris doing his best to sound culturally relatable to the African-American lingo and style of conversing as the call goes on. Lars introduces himself to Chris after Jackie passes him the phone. He does so through a clearly exaggerated vernacular and slang, as well as a gross overuse of the N-word, which is mostly maintained throughout the call. The pair converse back and forth for some time, discussing their interests in Jackie, Lars' addictions to boats, and Chris's plight with the trolls. At around the 28-minute mark, following Lars' rant about not being able to buy more boats, Chris is disarmed to a level where he feels comfortable enough to say he's Lars' N-word after some goading from him. A true homie. But we got to hear that.
That shit.
Yeah, we
Can't
do.
stamp it out. Shit.
Yeah.
Y'all feel me, dog?
Yeah, I feel you. Mm.
Who my nigga?
Well,
Who my nigga?
anyway,
Clearly.
Yo, dog. Who my nigga? y'all be my nigga, right?
Yeah.
Y'all be feeling me.
Yeah, I be feeling ya.
Yeah, y'all be my nigga. Say it, dog. Say you're my nigga.
Alright. I'll be your nigga.
Shit. Dog be righteous and shit up in here. Be all gangster and shit. Nigga, I ain't expect this shit. Y'all be, we be homies and shit. Damn. I ain't know why Jackie wanna get rid of y'all ass. That's why I'm trying to find out and shit.
So
There you go.
He did it.
As promised.
Their bromance continues throughout the call, bonding over the extravagance they'd be willing to sacrifice in order to be Jackie's girlfriend. Order to be Jackie's, I assume, boyfriend, not girlfriend, but maybe.
Sure.
Chris even declares that he'd be willing to give up video games before making the important distinction that he would be not willing to hand in his PS3, which was far too much of an investment, plus he'd only just bought it after destroying his previous one. But he would, however, be open to sacrificing some of his Transformers instead. As the phone call progresses, Chris increasingly integrates Lars' colloquialisms into his own speech, with subtleties beginning when Lars asks if Chris has spent any time locked up, and moments later when they share their violent hatred from Gameplay's owner Michael Schneider, which is another reference to the previous parts. There was a long arc there involving Chris and the owner of the game place where he got banned from. Chris then proceeds to hit the hard R while ranting about his troubles with Snyder, and of course we need to hear that.
He'd be thinking, like, I know. He'd be having his own weird accusations against me. Probably thinking that he probably damn troll niggers who damn sort of label pedophile on me, damn whole bunch of shit off of him. He'd be throwing all them labels on me and just looking for a damn excuse to kick me out of that store and ban me forever. And then he did find the damn excuse, and the damn happened, and they all trespass and everything.
So y'all be going on property when you know you ain't. It'd be someone else's property and shit, and you'd be like, "Fuck that! I ain't give a shit about right and wrong. I ain't give a shit about what someone else wants. I ain't give a shit about no other nigga's property and personal reliability and safety."
And besides with that, that ain't really his store. He just renting on that location. They just been renting there for a long time.
Why is like Chris Jan taking on the personification of it as well? Like he's adjusted his speech to be like that level of ebonics as well.
I don't know, but he did it immediately. Didn't he?
Yeah, it's been like 20 minutes since the lot when he got forced to say the N-word, and now he's like
And
full,
here he is.
Yeah, he's a full caricature
He's a brother
of it.
now. Yeah, it's incredible.
So he'd be paying the rent and shit. So it'd be his store and shit then. And you'd be all like, fuck that shit. I ain't give a shit about no other nigga's property. I'ma take what I want and fuck all y'all niggas. Shit, dog, I'll be feeling that. That'd be my gangster life in my teenage years, back when I'd be 8 and shit. I'd be all like going up in the stores and be like, yeah, what, nigga? What, you gonna kick me out because I steal and shit? Because I be yelling at people? Because I be screaming my head off? Shit. Fuck that shit, nigga. I do what I want. Be some Maury Povich up in here and shit. I feel you, dog. You know, it gives no fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
What? Okay.
Fuck
I was
that
reading
shit. Ain't give no shit. It be his store and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yo, dog. So you say you have a weakness with the offense, but you be good with the defense and shit. So let me ask you.
Yeah.
Some nigga come up in your house and shit, and he be all like, dude, I want to come up in here and shit. And y'all be like, shit, nigga, this be my house and shit. Y'all ain't coming up in here without no invitation and shit. And he be like, shit, nigga, I do what I want. I'm gonna come up in your house. What y'all gonna do? Some
If he
nigga
ain't got no gun, I'll be his ass. I'm very strong. I'll give him an old clap, yeah.
Shit, dog.
That'd be the case. But I make sure that I'd be cool, dog. You know, I make sure I start that, like, you know, he throw the first punch. If he throw the first punch, and then I defend, and then I will punch back in defense.
Then y'all be filing trespassing notices and shit on him. Ain't that the truth, nigga? Ain't y'all be salting the wounds and shit, putting a criminality record up on this nigga? Ain't Ain't that what y'all gonna do, though? Shit. I ain't never filed no trespass.
I don't know where the N word is. He probably already said it. But regardless, it's like an hour and a half of that. So.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an hour and a half of.
You know what's incredible? If they made that into a podcast, it would rate high.
I know, they
Like,
should.
it'd do so well.
They should. The bromance deepens as the two discuss their sexual conquest in high school, with Chris admitting he wished he banged more hoes. That's a quote. But was too slow to realize how to. Another quote. Shortly after, Chris reveals his unfounded Cherokee heritage, claiming that the Trail of Tears ethnic cleansing was a part of his ethnic generational trauma. And I saw a comment down here that says, he says this. I ain't no casino N-word.
And what is that?
Chris clarifying his Cherokee heritage, so not one of
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You have to understand, sometimes there's a bit of a cultural barrier between you and America, but I'm on board now.
Yeah, you get it. The phone call can be listened to in its entirety on YouTube, revealing just how unbearably cringeworthy Chris's broad understanding of African American culture was. And then we come to the next anecdote. Chris really does become black. As if emulating Ebonics on the Lars call wasn't bad enough, Chris also managed to inadvertently take this a step further. In September of 2010, once again at the behest of his girlfriend Jackie, Chris uploaded a video singing for her while dressed in costume. Unfortunately, his costume was that of Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball, so his costume consisted of a turban and what can only be described as blackface, along with a terrible accent that feels racist, even though it's hard to distinguish what it's even meant to be. Well, have a look at that.
Hello, I am Glasses Maricini, Mr. Popo.
Damn, dude.
I tell you a story. It is a good story. You will enjoy story.
Oh my God.
What is the accent?
Once there was this boy who was born.
He's flashing his man boobs.
And yet made a few friends, but
All right, we don't need to listen to it. The cosplay
What is he
is enough.
singing?
I have no clue. Well, we're about to find out. The video featured his trademark off-key singing, consisted of a rendition of by the Crash Test Dummies with his own lyrics over the top, changing them to be about him and a gal pal falling in love. This is reminiscent of his efforts years earlier on the Christian and the Hedgehog Boys album. The second song is much shorter and was fittingly an adaptation of a minstrel song from the Spike Lee film Bamboozled. While performing this song, Chris got much more animated, dancing and jumping around in his room, likely imitating dancing that he saw in a minstrel song. It is worth noting that Chris has said himself that, quote, this video presentation is not meant to make fun of the blacks or the Hindus. It is only a video for my girlfriend to cosplay as Mr. Popo from the Dragon Ball television series. Either way, the resulting video and images were yet another absolute win for the trolls. And we come to Chris Chan as Sonichu. As an avid cosplayer with a flair for the theatrical, Chris combined his ingenuity for costumes with his superb video editing ability to create a seamless and unforgettable piece of film which showcases his true transforming powers, if he had them at all. The title of the popular video released in October of 2010, ECV 00002, involves Chris through the power of his Sonichu medallion transforming into his super mode, otherwise known as Chris Chan Sonichu. In the short video, Chris, in a failed, albeit respectable, attempt to match cut, zaps into a powered Sonichu version of himself, all the way from his head down to the sagging bulge of his belly. Chris is painted in blue and white, topped with construction paper cones for ears, which continue to break off his head throughout the video. Despite the fact that he appears quite vulnerable in the getup, and that our suspension of disbelief is hindered due to the fact that he couldn't be bothered to remove his jeans between the two cuts, we can commend his effort to paint his face and stomach. It's a little more effort than we usually see from Chris. At the end of the video, he sweetly reminds others to be kind and not to torture him, and professes his love for Jackie. I need to. It's so cursed.
Hello, folks. Well, and now for something completely different. Electric Hedgehog Power. Pew!
Go!
Oh, that is terrifying.
This is me in my super mode.
And his ear falls off
If I
immediately.
actually had the superpowers. But I don't
It's like
realize.
comical how it keeps falling down.
I don't know, just to say something. Just to have
Every
fun.
time!
Anyway, live a nice life. Don't curse. Don't badmouth people.
No, he knows not to move his head too
It's
much.
just not cool. You know, don't torture me. At least I am doing this, and I have myself a woman. So there. So she will appreciate this very much. She appreciates everything I do for her, especially these videos. Jackie, I love you. I want to hold you in my arms, sweetheart. You come out over here and we'll do each other right. Sweet times.
Yeah, that's the way.
Alright, anyway, stay in school, stay well. You know, just
Oh
live
no, he's
life
got stage fright.
Just live life peacefully. Don't be angry at people. Don't be mean. Okay? Alright. Take care.
Why did he... Like, isn't it crazy that like his entire life seems to be a kindergarten arts and crafts session? And yeah, it gets scarier the older you are.
The way that it kept falling down.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I also don't like how fat he is.
Yes.
That kind of creeps me out.
Yeah, if he had a six pack, it would be way cooler.
Totally. Everything looks cooler at a six pack.
Do you reckon people would swoon over this if he was just a genuinely attractive dude? But he had
get away with a hell of a lot more.
yeah. If he had exactly the same behavior and characteristics, like the same traits, but he was just like a 10 out of 10, like ripped, good face, very attractive man. How do you
I still don't think that
go?
you can get away with that last clip, surely. That last clip, there's no way to make that sexy.
I don't know. I feel like he would definitely be more accepted, let's say, by a lot more people. I do think that's the case. Even if he was genuinely one-to-one in terms of behavior and characteristics, people would be way more okay with it probably. But at the same time, I still think it would be pretty off-putting regardless. Yeah.
Instead of a Christorian, what would it be called if they were sexy? They were sexually attracted to Chris Chan.
Chrisographers? Like pornographers?
Why is that okay, right.
Chrisographers? I like that.
Okay, yeah, I like that too.
At the end of the video, he sweetly reminds others to... I already read it, didn't I? A fan of Chris later released a henshin video, don't know what that is, with improved editing and stylization, further enhancing the excitement and believability we can assume Chris was aiming for in his original upload. Well, I do want to see what this looks like with proper... Okay.
Wow.
Damn. That was pretty sick.
That was sick.
Yeah.
All right, they made it cool.
They made it way cooler.
Oh, man, if only you didn't rely on acoustics for everything.
Chris rages out on stream. Jumping forward, a fair way out for our last few moments here. This rage incident was recorded and streamed by Chris on the 5th of October 2017, titled C-Log 100 42017 Q&A No More. It featured Chris experiencing unimaginable levels of rage. For context, this stream was in response to the Facebook account hacking of Chris's then sweetheart Jessica Quinn, who was, of course, another troll, who broke up with him following a Q&A session just a day before the meltdown in question, blaming the Q&A stream as the catalyst for her Facebook account to be hacked. Chris's internal anguish and heartbreak resulting from the incident is on full display. The stream also marked the first time in years that Chris had cursed someone. No words can accurately depict the contents of the video, so it's best left viewed.
I'm very upset right now. I open myself up to you damn bunch of internet trolls! You damn feeds! What the fuck?
You hacked into her account! You hacked into her Facebook, you goddamn miserable, worthless cretins! Just destroying your relationship! You... All I wanted now was my peace of mind and happiness. I thought y'all wanted that from me too. Now, obviously, I was suffocating wrong. You really blew it this time. This is not funny if you laugh. This is not funny. It's sicker. He's killing. He's done it over with. And moreover, you all are just ultimately, really, crazily, you are so super fucked up, cursed.
Oh no, I've been hit. I felt it.
Me too.
Good. Bye.
Bye. Well, I cannot understate just how creepy that video is, honestly. How terrifying that is.
Me neither. That was as soon as he starts getting the scraggly, shitly dyed hair, he starts becoming quite disturbing, doesn't he?
And the moo-moo.
He's like a cult figure that's a joke to all of his followers or something.
Like,
yeah, and the moo-moo doesn't help.
If he
Moo-moos
was,
never help.
If he was slightly less addicted to the internet, I think he would have been a serial killer. Probably not a very good one. I think he would have been.
Yeah, that's
caught
what I
pretty
think
quick.
too. Yeah, caught pretty quickly, and also probably too weak to kill anyone. Did you see how many times it took him to kill his PlayStation?
Yeah, I guess, but I still wouldn't want to be in a room alone with him.
Me neither. I wouldn't like to be in a room alone with him, but I remain confident that I'd be able to beat the shit out of him if I needed to.
I don't know. They have
You, on the other hand, Jackson. I don't know.
You're going to need to be there to protect me.
Yeah. But I don't know if I could protect you against the spiritual blows, though.
No, I would be in a fetal position, crying, begging for you to save me. Oh man, it is. He looks like, again, he looks kind of like the main antagonist. He looks like the what's his name, Buffalo Bill from the Hannibal Lecter movie. What is it? Silence of the Lambs. That kind of shit. It's like exactly that vibe and tone for me.
Yep.
Like I can imagine him putting a like a small woman in a hole in his room and just like keeping her hostage there for years.
Me too. This again all predicates on the fact that he is able to overpower anyone his size, which, you know,
well,
remains to be seen.
Oh, he's wily. He could like drug them or something. Like I'm sure.
Dude, he really doesn't seem wily enough to do that. Don't you think he'd be like, "Hey, you want my Fanta? It's got my cum in it." Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh god, damn.
Would you ever drink anything Christian?
No, I would not do. I would not touch anything.
So
with
much
Christian.
semen involved. Even if he doesn't put it directly in the drink, you know that he'd have so much cum encrusted on his hands that you'd still be drinking it anyway.
Mm.
It's like going into a love motel or something.
Yeah, I mean, you just feel. I feel dirty watching him through
Me
video.
too.
I couldn't imagine being around him. Like
There's just so much cumaness around.
When we went to the love hotels in Japan, like you remember the last few, how dirty you felt in there.
After a while, yeah. Especially going to one after the other.
Yeah, I mean, well, that last one was like it just being in the room immediately. I felt like physically sick. I felt spiritually sick as well. Like it felt heavy. That's how I feel. How I think I would feel around Christian as well. I would have that kind of weight on me that this is like an inherently dirty kind of person.
Yeah, that only comes from a lot of semen. It's the only way. It really does. Something really, there's too much cum not going into receptacles is really gross, isn't it?
Yeah, you know he's coated in like dried cum, probably on like his stomach and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Oh God, that's so gross. Speaking of gross, we come to the time that Chris pissed on the floor to All-Star. The Idea Guys saga was one of the darkest periods of Chris's life. Between late 2017 and 2018, Chris was subjected to severe manipulation, brainwashing, blackmail, abuse, and being coerced into all sorts of degrading acts. Even after others were able to step in and rescue Chris from these trials, the impact that they had on his mental state and some of his delusions of reality are still with him to this day. One truly abominable moment during this time occurred in April 2018 in what is called the Crizel Torture Chat. This was a Discord chat that spanned multiple hours in which the Idea Guys roleplayed torturing one of Chris's characters, Crizel Rosechew, to further blackmail him. Once again, the chat logs show Chris's deteriorating grasp on reality due to the fact that he believed that this was all real. During the chat, one of the demands was for Chris to scream the words to All-Star by Smash Mouth and to dance like you're constipated and angry. The first video he sent for this was the usual sort of Chris Chan behavior, though you can tell he wasn't happy about having to film the video. What was far more concerning though was the second video that he sent them. This video was yet another sex tape from Chris in which he masturbated naked on his bed while also once again poorly singing out and along to All-Star. Putting aside the concerning nature of the Idea Guys demanding this sort of video, it's hard not to be confused by some of the things in the video. For a start, Chris fails to get hard for the few minutes that he's attempting to masturbate. But most appalling of all is the fact that before he gets down to business, he proceeds to piss on the floor off camera while talking to his imaginary character, Mudgy-chan. This was once again down to the Idea Guys who had brainwashed Chris into relieving himself on a towel in his room by telling him that his sonotube creations didn't use toilets. Man, that is a lot to take in.
Isn't it?
So they tricked him into using the ground as a toilet because he believed that that's what his characters did.
That's what his character would do.
Man, these guys, these Idea Guys were next level evil by the sounds of it. Like they were next level skilled at manipulating his brain.
Well, I don't think it would be a particularly hard task.
Well, I think they
just seem to say, "Hey, I'm a cartoon character," and he goes, "Well, okay, I don't need to see any footage or really talk to you. I'll just trust this wall of text that I'm reading."
There's an audio. I'm not gonna watch the sex tape. Honestly, I don't know.
Ah,
all right.
Not for a weak stomach. Okay.
There's an audio only version. First video, second video. I think maybe there's no video version of it. These videos weren't originally leaked to the public. It took until July for Null, one of the people who had been trying to rescue Chris from the Idea Guys, to leak the first Safe for Work video to the Kiwi Farms. The second NSFW video eventually got leaked onto Chris's own Twitter account in November by another troll who hacked his account. Although it was removed only minutes later, it was saved and spread everywhere elsewhere by Christorians and trolls. All right, we come to I think this is our final anecdote. Come to the meltdown at Too Many Games. Our final Christoric moment for now brings us to June 2018 when Chris attended the Too Many Games convention in Oaks, Pennsylvania. Chris was invited to the convention with the offer of a guest badge, although an allocated panel or booth slot was never approved by the event coordinator. Chris arrived at the convention and, against organizers' rules, began selling autographs and posing for photos. On day 2, at the guest booth of the voice actors for Dr. Robotnik and Bowser, Chris captured a roasting opportunity to suggest that Eggman should revert back to the usage of his Robotnik name, as his current one in reverse sounds like "Nah, I'm gay." Okay.
Yeah, I can kind of say it. It's not. Let's just say this: it's not the zaniest thing.
Eggman, nah, I'm gay.
Eggman, nah,
I'm gay.
Gay.
Nah, I'm gay.
Nah, I'm gay. It's there.
Nah, I'm gay. Yeah,
he's put a lot of thought into this. Yeah, he's right.
Chris continued seizing photo ops with fans while inappropriately kissing them to stop. Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Despite receiving, why would you want to get a photo? Like, if you see him, it's best to photo from afar. You don't actually go in and touch him.
No, you can't do that.
You can't do that. Despite receiving several warnings from security to stop, of course, Chris continued, and as a result, was kicked out of the convention, but not before having a complete meltdown while lying in the fetal position.
Yeah, look at him.
Don't let kids around him.
send me. I'll come back. I know how to get them up. You have to offer money. $100 and I'll get up. John listed that.
What a weird situation. In typical Chris Chan fashion, Chris took no responsibility for his behavior, taking to Twitter almost immediately to express his disappointment. Tweet number 1, which was immediately after being kicked out, he said, "I just made Collegeville Bakery 20% cooler with my presence. TMG's lost their gain. I also suggested a new pizza, the Sonitudes app." Tweet 2, a few hours later, quickly changing tune, where he says, "Apologies to the Too Many Games convention goers and especially Jab 50 Yen, who I guess is the coordinator. I didn't notice I had received a warning to stop making physical contact with people taking pictures with me until after I had been asked to leave. They only sent the warning to me over Facebook Messenger." Chris then seemingly backtracked on his apology a day later with tweet number 3, which says, "One question, what is wrong with this world? A peck on the cheek from a celebrity that one likes, positively mind you, is not offensive to me. What really ticks me off is that any displays of likes and affection is viewed as taboo and more offensive than bloody, gory violence. And how do I feel after all of the love and positivity I'd been finding and giving back and sharing around, it all turned around against me in one fell swoop? I feel emotionally hungover and like a load of crap. I'm going to tell all of you hater trolls something right now. I will remain optimistic and open-hearted, and I am not going to fail. I have the love of my real positive and kind people and fans, and I have the love of my partners, Mudgy-chan, Crizel, Savannah, and Mewtwo here." Just Mewtwo. That's Mewtwo. That's not even a made-up character.
That was one of his like sexual partners.
Wait, Crizel, Savannah, and Mudgy-chan are all made up like characters of his own imagination, and then Mewtwo's just
chucked in.
Mewtwo's just a Nintendo character.
Which is always his go-to, I guess. But like, Mewtwo does not make it into the most fuckable Pokemon list.
No, not even
very
remotely.
often, does it?
No. Why would it?
I don't know. It's just.
I
suppose it's the most humanoid of them.
No. You've got like Gardevoir or whatever the fuck it's called.
Gardevoir.
Gardevoir? I don't know Pokemon.
Gardevoir.
This one. Gardevoir. I don't know.
Chuck it up on your screen. Let me see.
It's up on my screen. It's like
now
more
that's
humanoid.
a fuckable Pokemon.
Fuck,
you can't even tell that it is a Pokemon. It just seems like a ghost.
Yeah, what is the... there's a sexy lizard one that I remember people talking about. People like this one as well, the bunny one, of course. Fuck, what's it called? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the one that people like a lot.
Oh, yeah, Laponi's pretty hot.
It might be Fatty, the NRL commentator. That might be what I'm thinking of. Always go back to the classic. There's a reason they call him
With
Fatty.
The power of Screech, yeah.
It's because he gives me a fatty.
I'd love it if he was one of the Pokemon. There's so many, you may as well just fucking chuck about there.
They are right, he continues. They are right here with me and they directly offline communicate with me always. And more importantly, I love them all and they love me truly. This is real. End quote. 3 years later in 2021, Chris recalled the event on Twitter and concluded that the ordeal was nothing more than an elaborate trap set up by his haters and trolls. And that's going to do it again for Chris Chan. We are done once more with our Chris Chan.
What an epic ordeal.
Our epilogue on Chris Chan with all these anecdotes. It's here where we bid farewell to our Chris Chan outtakes. If you followed our videos on Chris Chan, your courage throughout this journey is admirable. We hope that if you're to take away anything from this saga, it's that you reflect on how well you have it compared to others. Much like the ancient Greek tragedies, exploring the trials and tribulations of Chris Chan should give you comfort knowing that there's always people out there who have made far worse mistakes and gone through far worse than you likely ever will. For now, we're probably going to leave the subject of Chris Chan alone. That is, until whatever unexpectedly egregious thing he does next. That does it for Chris Chan, and that does it for this week's episode of Red Thread. If you want to support us, head on over to official.men for a free 7-day trial. Free 7-day trial to our membership platform where you get early access to ad-free content from all of our series. We're also going to be doing a bonus episode, I believe. Isn't that right, Jordan?
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, we're doing a bonus episode right now which I think it will be going public. Just the first one will, but we'll start doing bonus episodes of Red Thread where it's more loose and conversational about various topics. But regardless, we're going to be doing an episode right now, a bonus episode on Jeffrey Epstein's the day of disclosures, basically, that just happened, about all the transparency efforts made by the government. I am rolling my eyes right now for any audio listeners. So if you want to listen to that, the quickest way to do so is by signing up at official.men for that 7-day free trial, and it'll be up there for you to listen to. And then future bonus episodes will be exclusive on that platform as well as our Patreon. So yeah, go sign up for that if you want an extra bonus episode each week of just waffling on random chat about whatever topic hits us that week. Again, this one will come out publicly because we want to kind of advertise that going forward, but the rest will be exclusive on that platform. So go check that out. Official.men, 7-day free trial. We're going to go record that right now. Thank you very much. Have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. That's all from me. You want to echo that sentiment?
Yeah, go buy our new podcast.
Okay, I meant the holiday sentiment, but yeah, sure, go do that.
Season's greetings.
See you guys.
Bye.